Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. Week 5 recap. Like I'm playing episode 6. How everybody doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
You good? I'm good, man.
Must say my boy Sports Talks for the first time pulling up. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, I'm ready for this. I know me and Trey are not gonna get along probably when it comes to a lot of topics, so I'm ready for it.
All right, here we go.
Man, let's get it started though. My boy Young gonna pull up soon, but let's get it started though. Finally, respectfully, Justin Fields is starting to play some good games.
Yo, that's wild.
He's starting to play some good ball. I mean, it's honestly just
finally.
Not like
I respectfully is crazy.
It's just that ass. You got to keep it a buck, bro. That's just what it is. Finally, he actually starting to play well. And my question is, everybody. I'll start with you, Lucas. Do you think that he can take the jump that he was supposed to?
I mean, I said before the season started that he definitely could now, and he's starting to look like how he was supposed to come out of college. So I don't see why he couldn't.
Josh.
See, I think Justin Fields can definitely take the jump. Like, the ceiling was always there ever since he came out. Like, I know, things haven't been ideal in the situation. The coaching staff hasn't been great on the offensive side of the Bears, but I think he himself can, develop as a player and take that jump. So, I'm not concerned.
Young? I said, you muted.
Yeah, I just undid it. What jump were we talking about? We talking about top 10? Is this what I need a clarification? Because he's not taking that jump.
Take a jump where he can be a good quarterback in year 2 or year 3.
Solid, yeah.
Yeah, he could be solid.
Plays solid in his third year. Yeah, that's what the jump kind of was.
Yeah. I mean, I really, truthfully, he's not playing super different than he was last year. He just has a better receiver. To me, that's just what I think.
Yeah, for sure. Sports Talk.
I think he can simply because the defenses he plays for the rest of the year. Besides for the Saints, they don't play a good defense really the rest of the year. I know the Lions have looked all right, but as far as him developing, we're just finally see him not make the simple mistakes. I mean, he was getting the ball out a lot faster, which has been his number one problem. And then DJ Moore is just unstoppable on the outside. And finally, their offense looked like they had a game plan in this game because games past, they didn't look like they had any clues what they were doing.
Trey?
Okay. So, yeah, I still think he can make the jump. I'm cautious about being too forward about it because the first 3 games were absolutely abysmal. I don't know whether, like I said yesterday on Gridiron, I don't know whether they've changed some things or simplified some things. If he's finally started to pick up on what Luke Getsy was trying to get him to do in the offense, or if he just decided these last 2 games, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck y'all. I'm not gonna overthink. I'm just gonna go out here and play ball. But whatever he's doing, it's working. Now, what I will say is losing Khalil Herbert and Roshan Johnson in the same night is not going to be great for them because they still have to run the ball effectively. And the other part of this offense that's still missing is his legs himself. That's the next part of this offense. I get it. We want to see him throw the ball. It's effective. That's fine. The most dangerous part about this offense is literally him. It's his legs. That will open up even more stuff in the passing game, and it makes it a lot easier for whoever you got playing next to you in the backfield because now they're worried about you pulling it and running off for 30 backside. So if they don't figure out how to incorporate that, then I get worried about how sustainable this is because it's not like he's playing behind a good offensive line. After these last 2 weeks, everybody and their mama is going to be lining up to make sure we take away 2. So if that's the case, then it can't just be, screw it, DJ Moore over there somewhere. So,
I mean, they have Darnell Mooney, so I think he should be starting to, bro, he's a good receiver.
He should start eating. He should eat.
He should start eating up.
He should start eating. My main thing is that, it's really 2 games. So I want to see it more. That's really about it. That's really for him. He's playing solid. Playing good. So now I just need to see it for 2 more. You got to he'll be there. And if he, let me ask y'all this: what is that noise? I don't know. But if he keeps playing like this, and they still have the number 1 and number 2 pick, are y'all cool with them taking Marvin Harrison Jr. and then taking offensive lineman instead of getting Caleb Williams?
No.
I see zero. There's no way in any team if they get the number 1 pick, unless you're talking about like the Chargers, who like what guys already do. There's no way you can pass up Caleb Williams because he can do everything Justin Fields can do, way more throwing, and he can still give you enough on the ground. Like I see.
I'm about to say it's definitely a trade-off with the legs and the arm, but
yeah.
At this point, the only way it would be feasible for that to even happen is that Justin Fields turns the corner. He's been playing lights out, but that defense is so bad that they just lose a bunch of 1-score games. Now, if that happens, cool. Then maybe we might need to entertain it. But if it's not that and they still end up with the number 1 pick, fire Eberflus, fire Ryan Poles, blow this whole thing up.
And start over.
And let's start over.
Even money-wise, it makes sense to just start over.
Facts. Shout out everybody in the chat. Coach Mark, Coach Hollywood. That's Coach Hollywood. That's Coach Hollywood. But let me ask y'all this because we will move on to this next topic. This is for Josh.
Oh, I love this. Oh, I can't wait.
So I can't believe y'all got mollywop 34-0 to the Saints.
No surprise.
I just want to ask everybody this question. This is a genuine question. Is Bill Belichick a fraud?
No.
I'm just asking. It's a simple question.
He's a fraud GM as a offensively.
No. It's not just offensively. It's defense.
I'm saying he's drafted some good defensive players.
He's also drafted some really bad ones. Like, does anybody remember Derek Rivers from Youngstown?
Yeah. That was bad.
Third round pick. Yeah.
Like he has it.
Did this for years. Bill Belichick, the GM, screws over Bill Belichick, the head coach, all the time. It's a testament to his coaching acumen that he finds a way to turn UDFAs and late rounders into viable NFL players, but he's doing that to cover up for the fact that for every Julian Edelman you draft Aaron Dobson.
Yeah.
This too. Yeah, bro.
That was just being petty.
I'm not gonna lie. That was crazy.
Not only that, they don't even use Juju.
I disagree with that statement.
What do you mean? How can you disagree with?
Because here's the thing: we do utilize Juju in our offense. The thing is, one, he's not a great fit in our offense, and two, the injury concerns, the knee problem it's clearly still there. He's not playing 100%. The separation's been lackluster, not even lackluster, beyond lackluster. Juju Smith-Schuster has not been playing good whatsoever, and Jacoby Myers quite literally is better. He's quite literally better at this point.
Yes.
But what's
crazy, it's just roster mismanagement from Bill Belichick.
Has Juju ever been a separator?
Hell no.
No.
Antonio Brown.
But it looks much worse now. And I think it might be due to the injury. So
yeah. I mean, I have a problem with the whole Juju sign.
I just never understood why you would take Juju if you already have Jacoby.
Yeah, you have your home.
It was basically like you were trading him.
That's what I'm saying.
It didn't make any sense.
A worse version.
A worse player, and everybody knew he was a worse player.
Well, let me ask you this, because I know y'all don't think he's a fraud. Is he on the hot seat though?
Yes, 100%, 100% on the hot seat. Yeah. Because Bill Belichick
as a coach.
Yes.
Yeah, I think both coach and GM he's on the hot seat because one, he failed to adapt to the modern NFL because of his stubbornness and his ego. That's one. Two, he didn't decide to surround his his young quarterback with anything. His solution was to sign Juju Smith-Schuster and Mike Gesicki. Is that moving the needle? No, it's not moving the needle for nobody. He didn't address offensive line the draft at all. He addressed it with day 3 picks that quite literally suck. Do you guys know who City Sow is? No, I didn't know who he was even coming out the draft. I didn't watch him, quite literally. The offensive line stinks. ESPN, I think their pass block rating had us at 0. So that's nice. That's nice to know that we have the worst offensive line pass blocking wise in the league. So Bill Belichick, your entire offense sucks. You didn't surround your quarterback, and now your quarterback sucks. So this whole offense needs to be sent to the moon and never come back. Everything needs to be restarted. Everything needs to be blown up. Bill Belichick himself needs to go. Or he should just be pushed to like a Bruce Arians advisor role because I'm quite literally done watching him run this team. I'm done.
Now I'm not gonna lie though. Belichick's defenses are always good. That's the one I would not. That defense is nice. It's always nice. I think it's just he needs to give up the GM duties and really give up the offensive side and be like have nothing to do with it. Now I don't think he's gonna do that just ego wise. I think he'll retire before he does that.
Yep.
I think Robert Kraft just needs to push him.
It's gonna have to be something like you just worry about the defense, old man. We'll handle everything else. We'll modernize everything else. That's what they're gonna have to do.
Sports Talk, how you feel about it?
I feel that, I mean, you could slowly see his time coming to an end. I also, with Mac Jones, I sit there and I watch his games. I'm like, damn, if he had a number one option, like how good could he really be? Like we've seen him, but he's such a roller coaster of you have the same guys week in and week out. 1 week, you're like really close to beating the Eagles. And now you're getting smoked 30 points in a row, 2 weeks straight and throwing pick sixes on both weeks. So it's like you have no consistency. Like I could understand if he was consistently playing at a level and we were like, hey, get this man some help. But he's just like Derek Carr, where he's just all over the place. Like there's no level of consistency. You never know what Mac Jones you're getting.
That's fair.
100%.
So we can move it on. Damn, bro. It's like every time I give Dallas a chance, they just say, nah, fuck you. They just say, fuck you. Fuck you. Because maybe because I'm a Giants fan. Maybe cool. Because I've been hating the Cowboys all my life. But the 49ers mollywop the shit out of the Cowboys.
Yep.
Max's first question to y'all. Is Brock Purdy better than Dak Prescott?
Yes.
Why so? Why?
I honestly, the decision making of Dak Prescott, I can't deal with it anymore. It's crazy to me. Like I don't understand what's going through his mind. I don't know if he's worried about his next contract, trying to prove all these people wrong. I don't get it. I'd rather take Brock Purdy, who's making better decisions, can give me a little bit off script. And I'm not gonna lie, he's on a super team. I'm not taking nothing away. Like he has all the help he needs. He got an elite play caller. He has elite weapons. You can't ask an elite defense, but he's still getting these guys the ball. And when the play breaks down, he can make a little bit more shape. Dak is he's not even getting the ball to CeeDee Lamb. That's crazy to me. And he's the best player. I don't know if that's a Dak problem or a McCarthy problem. I don't know. But
the answer is yes.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is, but I right now will probably take Brock Purdy.
Lucas?
It's hard, like, because this is Brock Purdy's second year, and it's hard to say that he's already better than Dak because Dak's been playing for so long, and it's just like it feels like recency bias to me. So I don't know if I'm ready to say Brock Purdy's better.
Josh?
I agree with Lucas 100%. I think it's recency bias. Like I need to see more from Brock Purdy tape wise. Like I'm not gonna discredit anything he's doing, but obviously his situation is like ideal for any quarterback in the league. Like any quarterback would love to play in that situation under Shanahan with all those weapons. Like it's just a perfect situation. So I want to see what he can do individually more before I can say he's better than Dak Prescott.
Sports Talk?
With Dak, the way he plays, if he was more like Josh Allen in a way to where you could take the miscues every once in a while because of the upside, he just doesn't have that same upside. So it's not as worth it. I'd rather have a guy like Brock Purdy who just simply doesn't make the crucial mistake. And that's all he's doing. He's just throwing to guys who are wide the hell open every play. He's not trying to force it into tight windows all the time. Dak Prescott's out here throwing punts. I don't understand. If you're going to sit here and make these bad plays, there has to be something on the back end to where it makes it worth it. He's not worth it in that regard.
Trey?
Okay. I'm not going to say that at this point in their careers that Brock Purdy is better than Dak Prescott. What I am going to say is that I have tried to tell people for as long as I possibly could, Trent, I'm slightly disappointed in you because you know better than to ever believe in the Cowboys. Literally, since the moment you were born, they have been abject failures. The only reason that people still push them is because at one point they were really good and they were dominant and they became a national brand. So they're good for the business of football. But as an actual team, they have been chock full of talent for literal decades and have done nothing with it. Literally, some of your first moments, like the first memories that you have of the sport of football, is watching the Cowboys put belt to ass on us during the regular season with Tony Romo, Marion Barber, Felix Jones, freaking Flozell Adams, DeMarcus Ware, Keith Brooking, Greg Ellis, Ken Hamlin, who was the other corner from Kansas State they used to play there? Like they had dudes everywhere. And what happened? Tony Romo throws a pick in the end zone to R.W. McQuarters in the last game in old Dallas Cowboys Stadium. They have found a way for years to fail in spectacular fashion the moment people are like, hey, you know, it might actually be the Cowboys' year. It's never the Cowboys' year. It is literally never their year. They are here. They are propped up because it's good for business, not because they actually can figure out a way to win. It doesn't matter who is at the helm. It doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. Doesn't matter who's on the defense. They will always find a way to frick it up. Like,
I
don't know what to tell you.
How was Tony Pollard on Fraud Boys?
No, there needs to be a conversation about Tony Pollard being in every down back.
That definitely needs to be.
I definitely might have
He's
to.
a Zeke merchant. He's a Zeke merchant.
The efficiency's bad.
Yeah,
He's a
it's
Zeke
bad.
merchant.
I have to eat my words on that because I definitely thought he was. I thought he was going to be able to take a next step the moment that Zeke got out of there. Yeah,
So
him
we're talking about recency bias.
between the tackles is not it.
We're talking about recency bias, and now he might be a Zeke merchant.
No, I'm not saying
Yes.
he's a Zeke. I'm
Why
not
is
saying
that, Lucas?
he's merchant. What I'm saying is he might be a specialist. Like he might be a third down guy. You run outside zone with him, crack
Limited touches.
But the stuff,
Yeah.
the stuff that Mike McCarthy wants to run to set up some of his play action and just kind of be the base of his offense. Yeah, him running in between the tackles, he's not the physical kind of.
Also, the injury doesn't help him too. He just came off a bad.
Yeah, the injury doesn't help, but also it's like he's just natural. Like even at his best, he wasn't that type of guy.
He needs to be that Alvin Kamara when he was a rookie type of role. Just get him the ball. Limited. Like when he's in the get him the ball in space. When he's in the game, you know he's getting the ball. Just be creative with how he gets it.
Y'all so OD right now.
Okay, these comments are getting nasty, but what I will say,
what does that even mean?
Like,
I don't know.
Like, bro, what?
Like it's like I'll be so.
What does that mean? What
It
does that mean?
really means nothing.
I don't even know.
You can just say this guy is the whatever of running backs. It doesn't make any sense.
And then let me
I don't know
ask
what
you
the
this.
fuck that means.
Let me ask you this before we move on to the next topic.
Okay.
Is Brock Purdy an MVP candidate?
No.
I don't see why
Kind
he
of has to be. There comes a
I
point
think
to
he
where he
has
kind
to
of
be.
has to
His
be.
teammate is, but no, not him.
He has
Like,
to.
He's
no
an
matter
MVP
what,
candidate,
he
but
might
I
be
don't-
low.
Yeah.
Like, what do you consider an MVP candidate? Do you consider
my
a top
book,
10
no.
list, a top 5, top 3?
I don't.
Bro, wait, time out. I'm not even, bro. How can he not be in the conversation?
He has to be.
He can be in the conversation, but I don't know if he's a
think
candidate.
there's any world
He's
where
definitely a candidate.
he's more valuable than CMC.
He look.
Exactly.
That's true.
I'm here for CMC getting that kind of love. However, the reality is usually the way this goes, it's the quarterback on the best team in football.
Yep.
Right now, the best team in football is the 49ers.
By
And
far.
No. They're playing the best right now.
They're playing the best right now. I don't think they're the
By
best team.
far.
They're playing
By far, they're the
It's
best.
not really close
right
either.
now, they're the best. They're
It's
the
not
best.
close.
I still think you still got to go through the Eagles, but the team that's playing the best right now It's the 49ers. So with him playing the way he's been playing, like he's not just, oh, okay, I hand this ball off, I throw a screen to McCaffrey, I kind of throw a crosser to Debo or George Kittle, or throw a post to Brandon Ayuk here and there. Like, no, he's making plays this year.
Yeah.
Like outside of the structure of the offense. Like he's actually making plays this year. It's not just him being a caretaker. So because of that, he has to be in the conversation.
So if that's the case, why wouldn't he be better than Dak? Because Dak's not making plays outside of structure. He's not getting the ball to his playmakers. And let's be real, like, what was Dak's best version of Dak? What was the best version of Dak?
The year literally his ankle got snapped.
The year he got his ankle snapped.
2020, he was heading into being a really a
really good player. Yeah.
He was like an MVP type
That
player.
was really cool.
If we put
let's not sell him short because he's struggling right now. So I feel the need to give him his flowers.
No, he looked good 2020.
2021 he was really good to me.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I crapped on Dak Prescott literally from the moment he got in the NFL. Like, quite literally. I watched him at Mississippi State, and I was like, boy, you are biracial Tim Tebow. I am not trying to hear this. Once he got to the Cowboys, when he got to the Cowboys, I was just like, okay, cool, caretaker. This is Zeke. Like, you are getting way too much.
He was Jimmy G.
He was. But the thing is, that 2020 year, I had gotten used as a Giants fan to looking at him and be like, come on, I know you're going to do it. It's 3rd and 7, and it's late in the third quarter. I know you're going to do something stupid. I know you're going to throw this dumbass pick. I know you're going to sit here and take a sack that you're not supposed to take. And not only did he not do it, he made the perfect play every time that year. I was like, oh, no. I was like, wait, no, the Cowboys might actually be good. This motherfucker to turn the corner, and then he snaps his ankle.
Yeah.
So
I still think that even though the Niners are playing the best ball, I still think the Eagles are the best team in the league. And because they haven't even
understand that.
Why?
I kind of disagree.
What's the argument for the Eagles?
I'm not gonna lie, I disagree with the Eagles being the best in the league. Like, they're the best on paper, but like when you look at them for real, they got in close games with the Patriots, close games with the
Vikings. They haven't even played their best
ball.
ball.
Overtime with the Commanders.
I think they're most dangerous for sure, though, Trent.
They haven't even played their best ball.
I don't know how disciplined they are on offense. Like,
I'm just saying that they haven't even played their best ball yet, and they still 5-0. And again, you not playing your best ball, and they just start getting Dallas Goedert involved. That team is scary as fuck, bro. That team is still going to win 13, 14, even maybe 15 games because this year, like it's the Eagles and 49ers. But I'm definitely going to say that I would definitely take the Eagles.
I will say this: quiet as kept last year when we were having these conversations about the Eagles. You know, the other team that was still kind of playing better than them, and I was like, they might be better than the Eagles. It was the Niners, so it kind of makes sense.
Hey, remember what them Niner boys were saying before that game? If Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, they had something cooked up for him.
I'm winning that shit, bro.
All I'm saying, listen, all I'm saying is them boys said they had something cooked up for the secondary.
You're right. You had it cooked up.
But then I saw Mahomes do the same thing for that secondary.
Okay. Stop. Stop.
That's all I'm saying.
Young. Come on, bro.
Shanahan gonna cook it up.
Okay, he gonna cook it up, but the way how that game was going, how that O-line was getting feasted on.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's make sure we clarify when we talk about that game. Because people talk about, Brock Purdy didn't get hurt. He didn't get hurt in the previous game, so y'all got a mulligan. No, they went out there and knocked him out the game. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Bro,
they put him on ice. So you got to get the Eagles credit for that.
Bro, I would put my mortgage on them going back to like they're an NFC Championship block and they would be going back to bro. This is like, come on, bro. Y'all playing with the Eagles like they really not like that for real. I don't know.
Yeah, they like that, but like they're 5-0.
Nobody's saying they're not like that, but they're not better than the 49ers.
I'm gonna just say this about the Eagles right now. In terms of their secondary, they've regressed a little bit.
A lot of
James Bradbury.
You know what it is, bro? You know exactly what it is?
Andrews getting hurt too.
You know what exactly what it is? When the D-line doesn't get pressure every single time, James Bradbury looked like 2021 James Bradbury all over again.
That's what he looked
And
like
that's-
last year.
And James Bradbury, that's my dog. But let's keep when we had a top 10 defense in 2020 and he played his best, we was getting a lot of pressures. Now with 2022, when he came to the Eagles, they had set a historic size getting like 70 sacks, and he was all pro or whatever the fuck. And I heavily disagree with him in the corner. And then when the Eagles finally didn't get pressure in the Super Bowl, he was cooked.
Okay.
That's the normal. That's been James Bradbury damn near his whole career. He's been getting fried his whole career.
Nah, but like
I
the
get it.
Eagles' pass defense as a whole did take a step
Yeah,
down.
I'm about to
I
say.
think right now, like they're ranked 25th in passing yards allowed and 30th in passing touchdowns allowed.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy for a
It's-
5-0 team.
not great because you have two corners who are getting up there in age, and also you have not invested any real capital in the safety position.
They're
Like,
all youngins.
Losing CJ Gardner-Johnson at that point and just kind of letting him walk, like that was a bigger loss than what people anticipated.
Yeah.
Also, letting TJ Edwards go, like it's a lot of new pieces in that back seven that haven't really gelled yet. But the reason why I still have faith in them, and the reason why I'm still saying like as good as the 49ers are, y'all still got to go through Philly. That defensive line is still there, and Jalen Carter is a fucking monster. Like, there's no other way to say it. Like,
Yeah, goodness.
that kid, he doesn't even know how good he is quite yet. He hasn't really figured it out. He's just going out there and just playing angry, and it's working.
That's it.
That's like
That's it. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think we all knew who Jalen Carter was, and it was a sad day that he fell so low. Now let's move it on now. So, Jamar Chase has a record-setting day. He almost breaks Brandon Marshall's reception record. He almost goes for 300 yards, 3 TDs. I just want to ask y'all this song. Is Jamar Chase in the top 3 wide receiver conversations? I'm not saying he's there, just conversations.
yes.
Convo, like
No.
I think he's very close to the convo, but like I don't see like the top 3 between Jettas, Tay, and Tyreek Hill. Like I just think that like they're still better than him, but I think he can still get up there in the conversations. Like
I don't think he's better than Diggs.
Hold on. Here's what Burrow played good. I hope nobody say Burrow back. He's always back. He was just playing like shit. So he played good. I bet. Now, like what Jamar Chase said, he's always fucking.
He's always open. Literally watch the tape.
That's sick of y'all doing the shit with Jamar Chase, bro. Give him the fucking ball. But what was you saying, Sports PSP?
He's not even better than Diggs. Like I don't know where this is like how he could be top 3.
It's close.
I mean, yeah, it is because those top 5 guys. I mean, they're always going to be pretty near. But at the same point, I mean, I think Devontae Adams is regressing slightly. I don't think he's exactly the same as he was last year. I'm just saying that he's not number 1, bro. I'm just saying that he's not number 1.
Regressing?
Slightly. Slightly. He has not looked the same exactly as he did last year.
I don't know, man. I don't know about all that.
How? What did you see that make it seem like he regressed?
Bro, you're gonna be vouching for this man until he's 50, I swear to God.
If he ain't regressing, I'm a fast. What the fuck have you seen to make it seem like he regressed?
He's always open. Like, I don't know how he regressed.
Talking about?
He's always open, bro.
Regressing? What the fuck? What do you see?
Bro, I'm not saying that he's dropped out of the top 10. I'm saying that he's not number 1.
Okay, but why? That's what he's asking you.
Why?
He's asking you why.
He's still
Bro, I think,
number 1.
and it might not even be fair to say that he's regressed. I don't even know if that's technically fair. I just think Justin Jefferson finally has taken that final step to get over him because it was really close. And I had been on the Devontae Adams train for, I never really got off. But I think Justin Jefferson finally has taken that step over him. I think he finally got there. Now, unfortunately, he just got injured, so whatever.
Man,
but
look, I ask you, what made you put him over him?
I think Justin Jefferson, his dominance has been far and beyond. It's even better than it was last year. I mean, he's just it's one of those things where it just doesn't matter. I mean, the top 5 guys, it doesn't matter anyway, right? So we're going off of splitting hairs here, right? It depends on what you're looking for in a wide receiver, honestly. But with Justin Jefferson, I just feel like I mean, you can really say mean, it doesn't really matter. Like route running, hands. I mean, it's all going to look the same practically. I mean, but we're just talking like a tick higher at this point.
Sure. I'm just
okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
This is what
So it's not that Devontae Adams regressed like that. It's just that I think Justin Jefferson finally got the step over him. So that either means Devontae Adams to me went either down like very slightly, or Justin Jefferson just went up above him. Either or it could be true.
So this is the thing. In terms of regression, like the one thing I will say is since I've been watching some of these Raider games, like he is getting to that point in his career where that kind of home run speed that he did have, like he was never a super burner, but he had just enough to create like super long plays, like where it was either, okay, cool, he catches this deep crosser, makes a guy miss because he's a big dude. He's like 215. So he'll shake a safety off and run, score, or he'll take one of those slants like he did last night where you make the unfortunate decision of putting an outside linebacker on it.
No, they put that's a DN, man.
I was about to say.
Preston Smith's a DN, bro. That shit was terrible. And also, I wish G-Baby was here because I needed him to make an apology on my stream. That nigga Jimmy G is fucking terrible.
I don't know how G-Baby doesn't believe it, bro.
People are finally realizing, the people that are not delusional, that he was a 49ers merchant.
See, but this is exactly why it's hard to say Brock Purdy's above a guy like Dak Prescott. Because is it that team masking what he truly is? We've known what Jimmy G was. We saw it in New England. We saw it come out even with the 49ers. So I wonder
the reason
how much of his mistakes are being masked by the team, how good that team is, and by the play calling. Because Jimmy G, this is no different than what he was with the 49ers. No different.
But Jimmy G has never played as good as Brock Purdy is right now. Never in his life. He plays as good as Brock Purdy. That's why it's different.
That's also true.
And Brock Purdy can give you, like I said, he can do stuff off script. You saw Jimmy G last night. If that first read or second read's not there, he patting the ball like patty cake, and he start getting happy feet in the pocket, and he start going crazy. Purdy can do a little bit more off script, like just a little bit. I don't think he's way better than Jimmy G.
This is nasty because the reason why y'all points for him is because of CMC. But
yeah, that's. I don't know why people even say that, and they just completely disregard that they might have got the best or second best running back, one of the top 2-3 running backs.
If you put when you get a top 5 running back in that offense, bro, come on, bro, that shit's gonna be that's heaven. That's literally
Jimmy G had Elijah Mitchell, and you go to CMC. What are we talking about?
That's a running back heaven. You playing with like, come on, bro. I said that's not because of Brock Purdy though.
No, yeah.
My main issue really is with the Tay and Jetta shit. Jetta's been dominating since the rookie year. Now Jetta's has gotten better, but all I'm saying is if you ain't have him over him last year, I kind of don't see why you would have him over Tay now. That's just my issue.
Yeah, Tristan does like that. You love that logic, don't you?
I'm just saying I kind of don't understand it because people will always say, "Oh, this player hasn't changed or this and that," but in 1 year when they have more yards than somebody, they'll put him over him. For example, people will always love to say, "Oh, AJ Brown been the same receiver since the Tennessee Titans." No motherfucker when he was on the Tennessee Titans said he was better than Stefon Diggs. All of a sudden now it's a convo. I don't understand it.
It's not a convo.
I don't understand it.
AJ Brown never changed. He's always been this guy.
I'm
glad GBB was wrong about him because I told GBB straight up, AJ Brown was that guy. He ain't listen. But hey.
But look, this is the thing. So first and foremost, Devontae Adams is still probably the best receiver in the league. What I will say is the most dangerous receiver in the league is Tyreek Hill. And he's been that for more than
like 2018.
That's what I'm literally. That's what I'm saying. Like that, like I've made that distinction for a long time.
Yeah,
but that's the thing is that's where you're splitting hairs at because has Tyreek Hill really changed as a player this year?
No.
But you could still put him at 1. No, like you really could just because of how his one playability
is. I've said that all the time. 1 through 6, 1 through 5, depending on how you like your criteria for why you do it, I could see the reasoning. Like when people have Tyreek Hill at 1, I see the reasoning. I don't agree with the reasoning, but I do see the reasoning too.
Mhm.
The only reason
Yeah.
why I let it rock when people are like Tyreek's number one is because if you look at the growth of him at that position specifically since the moment he got in the league,
Yeah, it's been crazy.
like we talk about Josh Allen's growth as a like football player from the quarterback spot, like Tyreek Hill kind of had the same kind of growth, but as a receiver. Like he came in the league as a running back. That's why him and Eric Bieniemy were so close, because that was his position coach when he first got into the league. Like,
and he was more of a gadget kind of dude when he first got in the league.
He was a return specialist. That's what he was.
He turned himself from a return
for 1 year.
and
He was to replace DeAnthony Thomas. That's what he was doing.
Exactly. So by the time he left Kansas City, this man is a bona fide receiver. Like he can run everything on the route tree. He can play the short game. He can do the catch after run. He can go over the middle and make those contested catches. He can take you deep vertically. Like there was literally no holes in his game left.
Yeah.
Like,
and the thing people really didn't
his hands weren't all that. His hands weren't at that elite level.
But people didn't really get to see it like that.
Will never be.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like people are also blind because also the narrative with the Patrick Mahomes merchant, and they finally see him do it without Patrick Mahomes. Now they want to put him in this conversation, but Tyreek Hill been in these conversations for years, bro.
I hate how y'all attach anybody who had to play with somebody.
But Trey, that's narrative ball. Like that's the definition of narrative. That's why people. Because I'm not gonna lie, like 2021, 2020, I never heard people say, just to me, like Tyreek Hill was in the best wide receiver conversation. When I feel like he always was like, or like even like top 5 or top threes. He's always been in these combos. And then now when he finally does it without the best quarterback in the league, now he gets raised up. Oh, look what he did us with Tua. Tyreek Hill been the same receiver for years. Is that now you see him do it with another team? Oh, now he's best receiver in the league.
But
now top 2.
That logic is dumb.
Okay,
so you apply it to literally people.
It's the same.
Adams with Devontae Adams with Aaron Rodgers. And
I was just about to bring that up.
Boost him.
You know how many Trey? You know how many people I've heard because you don't be around it. So like the narrative, oh, Devontae Adams might slow down because he was Derek Carr and he was playing with Aaron Rodgers. You playing with a quarterback has nothing to do with the way how you can run routes as good. How you can catch the ball.
Let me say this on your stream, and I hope everybody who was paying attention hears me and hears me well. Just because one great player plays with another great player or is coached by a great coach does not mean that somehow those guys are overrated or they do not deserve the credit that they are currently getting or got at some point. Y'all have to stop that. That is quite literally some of the dumbest shit I have ever heard. And I need y'all to do better. Y'all can't be
Michael Irvin.
I will say though, some players kind of do need to get that a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. For example, Josh Allen. Just for example.
Wow.
Michael Irvin.
I'm just saying because Trey, if you
not
really,
top 20, bro.
Trey, if you really look at Josh Allen when he's not targeting Diggs, you can ask Josh. That shit don't.
Not even gonna lie, those stats were.
That shit looks bad when he's not targeting Stefon Diggs. That shit looks bad. Like
whoa, hold up. Why does everyone hate so bad on Gabe Davis? Like he doesn't look good on when he only throws to Stefon Diggs. Like we sit here and we shit on Gabe Davis. I don't know what the internet has against this man, but all he does is catch touchdowns and 20-yard passes. I don't know what else you can ask of the fucking guy.
But listen, he does that once in the blue moon.
Yeah, Gabe Davis has gotten better, but it's not moving me. Now, I will say, though, because I was watching some Cardinal shit, I ain't gonna lie. I might have to start clapping up for Hollywood Brown because he's actually actually getting better. This nigga he's actually starting to run actual good routes. Nigga, he ran a slot fade. I'm like, damn.
What do you expect him to do with Greg Roman? Like that's why
I'm like, where was this with Lamar?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yes. Where was
Greg Roman?
Greg Roman's a terrorist.
Trey, it's press coverage. He do a diamond release. Touch. I'm
like his routes are crispy, bro.
When he started doing this, like when did Hollywood Brown start doing this? So I'm gonna start giving receivers their props. Gabe Davis, he's starting to get a little better, but he's still not moving me. That nigga's still not the top 40, damn near 40 receiver.
But here's the problem I have. If a top 5 pick or a top 25 pick was doing the exact same thing Gabe Davis was, he'd be twice as high on everyone's list.
What? No.
What?
Absolutely, he fucking would.
Nobody cares about the
Absolutely, he
draft.
would be.
The problem why Gabe Davis is hated on so much is because of his inconsistencies. His inconsistencies are insane. He does like stuff like once in the blue moon. I don't get it. Like he's getting better
care about
now.
the draft when ranking players. Nobody cares. About
Yes,
that.
we do. Oh, yes, we do.
No,
Don't cut.
don't.
Oh, cut that crap. Cut that crap right now. It's
No,
just
we
like the
don't.
college football
What?
rankings. If they start out high, you're gonna try so much harder
No,
to
we
keep them
don't.
up there. So you're right. Same thing with
No.
let's say Bijan went out there and was bad, right? He was just not good at all. You know how slowly he would drop down the ranks because people already had him so high on the list. That's why A-Chain won't be seen as a top 5 back, even if his numbers were to absolutely blow Bijan's out of the water, because he started out so much higher simply because of his draft stock. Same thing with fucking Gabe Davis. It's the same shit. Same thing with a guy like Amon-Ra. It's the same thing with these dudes that are all drafted low. It takes them so much longer to get to the top spot because they already started so low.
Wait. You know why that's not true? Because Gabe Davis is not fucking good. That's the point.
This has nothing to do with the draft. If Bijan was bad, people are gonna say Bijan was playing bad. But the way that would have to happen would be
Like,
No, he could be
outrageous.
averaging 2 yards a carry and everyone
There
would
was
still be
no
on his
way
nuts, bro.
Bijan was
Also, you want to know what's flawed in your logic,
There's
sports
no
talk?
way.
People are already calling Puka Nacua top 20, so there's no point.
That's crazy.
I know, but a lot of people are already calling him top 20. A lot of people.
I have not seen that. I have not seen people calling him.
I've seen it a lot.
Top 25, I'm not arguing because he's
Top
When you say
25
this
is
about
nothing.
Amon-Ra, acting like people don't have him in the top 10.
That's crazy.
But how much
That is
longer
crazy.
did it take for him to get to that point,
He
though?
should-
And he's not
he should
top
never
10.
be
He's
on
not
that
top
list.
10
He
either.
should never be in those combos anyways.
What?
Yeah, he
If
should
you
have.
put Amon-Ra and St. Brown in the top 10, you on crack. He
It
barely a
took him
top 20
2
receiver.
years to get there. Last year, people put him in the top 10. I've seen it.
Lucas, how many
It took him
people
2
do you think have,
years.
after A-Chain's played 4 games, Bijan's played 5? How many people do you think have
A-Chain-
Bijan in the top
A-Chain
5 right now?
A-Chain is not better than Bijan Robinson.
But no, listen. But where do you think people have A-Chain ranked right now? A guy that no one knew 6 weeks ago.
Top 15.
No one
Nobody
knew.
knew.
Okay.
No
No.
one-
Top 15 in the league.
Devon A-Chain.
Really?
No one knew it's crazy.
Probably
No
top
No
one
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 knew
knew
Devon
his
A-Chain. Everyone knew he was good. He just wasn't being utilized. Everybody knew that.
Question: Sports talk. Before this past weekend, did you think Devon A-Chain was better than Breece Hall?
No. I've been a supporter of Breece Hall since he first got in Iowa State.
This season, I said you could ask Trent Oldham. I said Breece was top 10 off of the 6 games from last year.
That's what I've been saying.
Well,
I think he needed more
thing. He's
games,
not-
so I didn't put him in top 10. But
But to
he
me,
needed more
You
games.
shouldn't have to rank a dude when what your eyes are telling you is he's nice. Bijan, when he came out, people were saying he was top 5 because what we were seeing was better than what we were seeing in a lot of dudes in the NFL. That's the only reason you get those talk. Like, yes, Bijan could perform terribly, and you're going to drop him down a little bit, but because I saw what I saw in college, a lot of the time, 99% of the time, that just doesn't disappear.
I will say, though, I am
That's
50-50 with how sports talk. I'm kind of like, I agree, but I disagree
So,
at the same time.
I think this is where I can really make the connection here. LSU, Colorado. LSU has had 2 decent losses, right? One good loss, 1 decent loss. Colorado has lost to 2 top 10 schools. They're not even ranked. LSU's in the top 25 though, and somehow they keep going back up. It's the same logic how we rank players. On where LSU started way up here, Colorado was on the floor.
That's not the same. That's
The
not
reason
same.
the reason why is because it's the way that they're playing. The only we can watch Colorado and see the defense is trash. What? Do you
48 to 40, 41 to 48? That's not cause for them to against a top 10 team? Hold up.
When you watch Colorado outside,
Like, yeah, their defense is bad, but so is USC.
When you watch Colorado, do you think they're a top 25 team?
Do I think they're a top 25 team? I don't think LSU is either. But no, I don't
that's
think
not the-
Colorado's a top
okay.
25 team.
Then what are we arguing with right now?
Because they're in the top 25.
You can just say you
Aren't
disagree with how they rank.
Aren't they like 24? They're like 24.
23, but their losses, the way that it's structured, because they started out so much higher, it's going to take so much more to knock them out of it. That's what I'm getting at.
That's completely true.
It's the same thing with how we rank players. It's the same thing.
I don't think it is because
but it's not the same how you rank players though. Because even though Amon-Ra got drafted in the 3rd round, I've literally heard people say he's a top 15 receiver, which is fucking blasphemy. But they still say it.
That's smudgy.
Like, yeah. So I don't.
People do boost. Like I've always said, people do boost too early. Like even with T-Law, even with T-Law, perfect example. He was terrible year 1, terrible first half of last season. Then the second half, he's great. He goes in the top 10.
He wasn't even like great in the second half.
People always overreact. People always overreact to put even Brock Purdy top 10. Like people overreact all the time, and Brock Purdy was 7th round.
He was the last NFL pick,
and people are saying he's top 10.
I say because
nationwide media saying he's top 10.
Yeah, but people say that Trevor Lawrence is solidified top 10, yet he hasn't done anything near what Brock Purdy's done.
But that's my point.
Why is that? Because he started out higher.
No, but you can evaluate.
No, because T-Law is way better of a quarterback.
You can evaluate guys and see that it's completely.
Wait. If you watch them two play,
wait
down here, bro.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hey, I gotta get this for a clip on Jesus Christ. Say what you just said again. Say what you just
Trevor
said.
Lawrence, people say that he's solidified top 10, and people say that Brock Purdy's not, or whatever. But it's heavily based because of where they started. Or Trevor Lawrence has not accomplished the same as what Brock Purdy has.
Or
what has Brock Purdy accomplished in a sense that Trevor? I hate doing hypotheticals, but
what has Trevor Lawrence accomplished?
He's playing a lot better with the worst team. Not a lot better. I'm sorry. He is playing with a worse team and still performing at a great level. Brock Purdy, yes, he's playing at a great level.
He's playing elite with an elite team. He's matching the bar.
But so at what this is why I will keep Trevor Lawrence in the top 10 because he's doing more with less. He's doing a lot with less. People last year were saying Christian Kirk, that contract was terrible. Terrible. And you got him playing well. You got Evan Ingram, who niggas were saying he was terrible. I thought he was terrible. I'm gonna be honest.
Yo, there's 2 Giants in his ring.
He was terrible.
And Trevor Lawrence, the second half of the season,
terrible.
They were looking really nice.
I still want to RKO on for him playing good with Trevor Lawrence. Oh my fucking god! But I'm not gonna lie though. Garb said right here, he's basically arguing how much production results matter. If preconceived motion that if someone is hired, they will get the benefit of that. That's true.
That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm saying. He summarized it perfectly. That's what I'm getting at.
And that's why I'm because here's a perfect example. This is a perfect example. Geno Smith. Everybody know me, G baby. What's the name? Geno Smith was mad inconsistent last year. That looked inconsistent. The first half of the season, he looked pretty good. Second half, Trevor Lawrence. First half of the season, he was. And in the second half, he played good. One getting ranked higher than the other because
he was the first overall pick.
First overall pick.
My point.
But here's the thing.
What I'm getting at.
But what made
Trevor Lawrence? You're agreeing with me. You're agreeing with me.
That's what I'm saying.
Reasoning
is, like, do I think Trevor Lawrence a better quarterback than Brock Purdy? Yes.
Why is that? Why is that?
Huh?
Why is Trevor Lawrence a better quarterback than Brock Purdy?
Because he's more physically talented than Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
So that's exactly why you get the benefit of the doubt. It's not because you're drafted higher. It's because you are more talented. Nobody was saying Trent Richardson is more talented than a lot of the running backs.
No, this is the thing. The reason why he was drafted higher is because he's more physically talented than somebody like Brock Purdy.
Exactly.
For every mistake that he makes that Brock Purdy might not, he can make a throw or do something
that Brock Purdy cannot do.
That Brock Purdy in his wildest dreams could not accomplish on a football field. So that's why those guys get the benefit of the doubt, because there's a higher ceiling there.
That's the whole thing with Josh Allen. People can slander Josh Allen all you want. There are plays he can make that only 1 or 2 people on the planet can do. So you're gonna get a longer leash. We're gonna consider and continue to say, listen, you could be top 5. Now, some weeks you could be bottom 5 too. Like week 1, he was a terrorist week 1. But now, then the next 3 weeks, he looks like the second best quarterback in the NFL. Like that's the thing. Brock Purdy, while he might not be bottom 5, he's not gonna get to top 2 quarterback in the NFL. That's why you get that leeway.
Josh and Lucas, Aaron wanted you to answer this too. So,
is CJ Stroud better than Dak Prescott? Well, right now he's playing better than Dak Prescott, so I wouldn't have a problem if you rank him over him. But me personally, since I like to rank players overall, I'm gonna wait till the end of the season to like make a valid conclusion. But I don't know. I think it's like a toss up currently.
Lucas,
that's what I was gonna say. You've got to wait till the end of the season to do your rankings based on overall. If you want to say this season, yeah, he's absolutely playing better than him.
Absolutely.
But overall, I don't know because he's still a rookie.
Purdy has made crazy throw. Oh, we might have to, man. If he could pull a safe on here, bro. Crazy? Now you're just gassing. Crazy throws to wide open receivers.
I'm not gonna lie, Stroud throwing the ball this year has looked better than most versions of Dak Prescott that I've seen personally.
Probably fair.
Well, I don't. You're probably right.
So
you're probably right, but I'm gonna have to wait until the end of the season. I'm just waiting until the end of the season.
So where do you rank? Where do you rank Bijan right now?
I don't know. Probably somewhere in the top 10.
Just by default.
But after the season, I could definitely see him being in the top 3 conversation.
I feel it. I
just have to wait until after the season to.
So to me, it's like you do all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. I agree with not ranking again, waiting, but like you do see what Bijan's doing. That the fact that you'll say he could be top 3, that's kind of what you're seeing right now as a top 3 kind of running back. Same thing with Stroud.
Yeah, what I'm seeing right now, I have to watch film like on all these guys more in depth than what I'm doing right now to be able to evaluate them and say who's better than who. That's why I'm saying I have to wait.
Speaking of Josh Allen, I think everybody saw it. What's the name of the game versus the Jags when Diggs on the sideline and he slammed that damn tablet. So my question to y'all is, do y'all think in some world maybe next year that Stefon Diggs might get traded because he's sick of Josh Allen?
No,
he won't get traded. He's just an emotional diva.
If he's sick of Josh Allen, he better get traded to. If he's sick of Josh Allen, he better get traded to the Chiefs, or he's gonna have an even worse quarterback.
Bro,
and they would never.
He better just stick it
out.
out.
Diggs is a baby. I'm sick of him.
Nah, diva is crazy though. I'm not.
Bro, I'm sick of Stefon Diggs, bro. I'm sick of his like.
See.
This is a yearly thing, bro. This is a yearly thing at this point.
I don't want to
hear that. See Diggs complaining about shit.
Bro, he's always complaining.
He's a girl.
He's a female.
You know how many players I've seen do the same shit and not
they
make
all
that
do
label?
They all do it.
I done seen niggas curse niggas out on the sidelines, going crazy.
AJ Brown just did it.
I'm not trying to hear that.
His whole career, he cursed out Bill O'Brien weekly as his QB coach.
Who?
They all do that. Tom Brady.
Yeah, nigga, Tom Brady's bro. You can go multiple because Tom Brady.
This is the thing.
Then why are we talking about it if it's a normal thing?
That's why I'm not. It's not.
It's not for Josh because he said he's an emotional diva.
Bro, he's always like, bro. It's like he wants his situation to be so much better when like he has a better situation than so many other wide receivers in the league. Like, look, Josh Allen's a top 2 quarterback in the league.
Okay, but this is the thing. First and foremost, this whole him getting excitable on the sideline, that shit is a non-issue. He is a competitor who wants to win, and I don't know how we got here as a football society where we're stupid enough to look at receivers whose job and most value to the team is catching the football and having the football in their hands. And we're looking at them selfishly for saying, hey, get me the ball.
I'm always open.
He's your best receiver. His only real value to you on offense is making sure, hey, when we get the ball to this guy, he does good things with it. It makes us more productive. It helps the team. So, of course, he's going to want the ball.
Yeah, that doesn't bro, I have no qualms with him being competitive on the field.
Every damn play.
Off the field.
What are you talking about?
The off the field, like, like, what wasn't like issues like on Twitter and stuff? Like, you just
Yeah, there
wild.
was.
That was just like OD. Like, that's just OD at that point. You got to be.
I know from a Stefon Diggs perspective, bro. If I'm open and you give me the ball, I'll be tight. And plus, they're losing close games because of it. Like, I'm just trying
what's the difference between what Stefon Diggs did and Jamar Chase just said? I'm always open. Give me the ball.
Jamar was calm with it. He said, "I'm sorry."
That's it. It wasn't animated, right? I'm sorry that I'm animated and I'm mad in the moment, but it's literally the same thing. Like T.O. has cried for the ball. Randy Moss has cried for the ball. When you are that great, get me the football, especially when we lose. He's not crying for it when they win. When they lose, he's like, listen, I'm always open. Jamar Chase, I'm always open. That's just what you do.
That's just the competitive nature, bro. Like,
that's why I don't feel like this is.
I think on the field,
this is normal shit that you should be doing if you're a top tier receiver. Tier receiver.
Yeah, you can be a firing competitor.
The only dude that never did it was Julio, and I'm mad at him for not doing it. I'm mad that he didn't do it.
I was about to say, you know who else didn't do that, and he probably should have done it more in his career? Andre Johnson.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. But let's move it on though, because he's getting me tight because he doesn't know how to fucking slide. So AR-15 gets hurt again, bro, and it's really getting me annoyed because I really think the coach can do something this year, the way how this division is going, but he keeps getting hurt. How much does this injury impacts the coach, and what is their chances now? Since I think he's gonna be out for like a month now, something like that.
Grade 3.
What is their chances of being in the AFC South?
Okay, they're whatever chances they had of like kind of finishing first or second, it's definitely up in the air. I will say Gardner Minshew has come in spot duty and played well, and he's a veteran, so they might be able to hold it down for, say, he misses 4 games. Gardner Minshew might be able to get you through 4 games.
Yep.
But this is my thing. Yeah, AR needs to learn how to slide. Like, that was an issue for him when he was at Florida. Like, that's just the kind of player he is. But also, that's part of what makes him special. So you don't want to take too much of that out of him. If we really want to find somebody to be angry with, let's be angry with this organization who decided you wanted to play chicken with Jonathan Taylor, saying, "Oh, well, we're not going to pay you. If you don't play for the Colts and I die tomorrow, no one's going to care."
Irsay, bro.
That was crazy. He said that. I'm not going to lie.
Irsay is crazy.
You said all that. You did all that high-powered woofing, and then you put that boy out here by himself with Deion Jackson for the first couple of weeks, and then upgraded to Zach Moss,
who actually played really good.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Don't get me wrong. Zach Moss is a good football. He's a good NFL running back. But let's not get this twisted. This would have gone a lot easier. There would have been a lot more of a smooth transition, and you wouldn't have put him in harm's way the way you started to had Jonathan Taylor been there. And if you would have had a plan in place, if this was just something like, oh, okay, our guy right now, we're going to pay him. He's not healthy. We'll ease him in. But eventually, we are going to make sure that he is like integrated into the offense. No, the first 4 weeks, it was, well, it's AR and the merry band of misfits. Let's make this work. And that's how he's gotten hurt, because everything offensively has been shouldered on him. When they want to run the ball, it's on him. Like, even with Zach Moss being there, part of the reason why Zach Moss has been eating the way he has been
because of him.
Because all the backside defenders are worried about AR running out on read option or taking it off. Like,
he is the threat. He is the main person they're trying to stop when they're playing the ball.
But that's
for sure.
So
you shouldered so much of the offense on him when you didn't have to do this. Like, you played a stupid game and you won a stupid ass prize. That's really what this is. You played a stupid game and you won a stupid ass prize. Like,
so y'all said he's out for what, 4 weeks? How many weeks was it?
I think he's out for like a month.
It's at least 4 weeks because it's a grade 3 AC sprain.
Okay, so here are the next 4 games the Colts have to play. So next week it's the Jaguars, then the Browns, Saints, and then Panthers.
You
So
said
how many games can they? Okay, so it's
Jags, Browns, Saints, and Panthers.
Yes. So how many of those games can they win?
They can get at least 2.
They can get like 2, maybe.
They can get at least 2.
So they win 2.
Depending on who's playing that Browns game, they might be able to get 3.
So they're 5-4 and they get AR back. They're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, they're in a pretty good spot. They're in a damn good spot for sure. For sure.
And especially if they beat the Jaguars, that's one of the 2 wins.
That's
and
really
that's
the game
also
they have
another
to
thing.
That's the game they have to win.
Jaguars.
Is his shoulder grade 2 or grade 3?
3.
Grade 3.
3? Oh, hold up.
Yeah.
Do y'all know how that joint works up there?
A grade 3 would be longer than a month. I'm not gonna lie.
Grade 3, yeah. The grade 3 is not a month. The grade 3 is like what happened to Cam Newton, guys.
I think it's grade 2.
Yeah, it has to be grade 2, or else his season would be over.
Hold on.
I say there's no way. There's no way.
I'm glad. I'm so glad you brought up Cam Newton because I totally forgot.
They say it's grade 3. That's what it shows.
I'm so glad you brought up Cam. I totally forgot to put this on the doc. So I think everybody saw it. You know, RG3 was on the podcast with Cam, and Cam and RG3 asked him, "Say the Jets call you, and they want you to be a starting quarterback. How much money would you get? How much money would you want?" Did y'all know what he said?
He said he's not taking that $5 million or whatever.
It's
Like
off the fucking catnip, bro. If you don't take that shit,
why?
He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play.
I explained this to you.
I understand, bro. What I'm saying though, if you saying that you're better than, bro, if you're saying that you're better than, you're better than 32 quarter, like there's not 32 quarterbacks better than you, show it. Just show it.
Okay,
Just
wait.
Because you're not about to get, because Trey, you know damn well he ain't about to get paid over $7 million to come on the team.
They get paid like a nice $2 million.
Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck?
I do get Cam's reasoning behind it though. I do understand. I just think it's
he's
dumb.
making that money sitting at the crib.
That's why he doesn't see a reason.
I was about to say
There's no reason.
making that bread. He's making that bread right now, not getting hit, sitting up, dressing funny, doing
Smoking some cigars, drinking some wine.
Smoking cigars. He got all the prettiest women on his podcast, asking all the funny questions that go viral, and he's still bringing in all the money between his previous endorsements and whatever business he got going on right now. And he ain't got to take a lick. He ain't got to go to a meeting. He ain't got to go, like, he ain't got to pick up and move nowhere, find an apartment or a nice extended stay hotel where he gonna have to post up for a season. He ain't got to do none of that. So if you're going to get him to say, "Oh, yeah, let me go put myself through that," yeah, baby, you gonna have to pony up, because what he got going on right now clearly is lining his pockets to where he's like, you know what? You right. I am better than a lot of y'all, but I'm also not about to put myself in harm's way unless y'all make it worth it.
That's what I think it is.
And honestly, if we're being real,
that's a smart business move.
That's a position.
As a businessman, that's the pick right there.
That's the best way to do it. Yeah.
That's the position that most of these players should want to be in when it's time for you at that point.
Hey, Trey, to be honest, that's really why y'all should be playing football. So y'all don't got to do it no more. Y'all can make the money y'all making playing football, not playing football. That's what y'all should be doing. But hey, listen, I'm not there, so I can't really talk. I'm just saying what I would do. Find me a way to make some money not playing ball. I'm gonna do that.
Look, if you're telling me both of y'all is going, if you told me 2 people are gonna give me $5 million, and one person says, "Hey, I'm gonna have to line you up, and you got to play against the AFC North or the AFC East defenses,"
I'm good.
And whoever else is on your schedule, versus, hey, you get to wake up every day when you want to. You get to do what you want with your schedule. And the only thing you might have to do is show up to a couple of meetings or interview some pretty woman and you get to ask her stupid questions. And then they post that on the internet. Which job are all of y'all taking? That's not a rhetorical question.
That's not even a question.
No question.
Exactly. Which is why I said, it's, to me, what he said wasn't crazy. He tried to let y'all know, hey, bro, like, y'all thought I was dumb because I dressed funny and I talked a certain way and I did a lot of dancing when I was playing, but I ain't stupid. I got my bread right. So if y'all want me to come out, y'all gonna have to show out.
Yeah.
So if y'all ready to do that, then
on the other side of it, though, if I'm a GM, I'm not giving Cam Newton
no
crazy money.
Nor
because
No,
That's the other side. So I see it.
because that's the other smart business.
Yeah, I'm not giving Cam Newton more than $5 million to play quarterback. I'm just gonna ride with Zach Wilson. I might as well.
Exactly.
That's true. You know, listen, we're gonna move on. Listen, because I forgot to put this on the doc too. Because you know, there's a lot of talks about the Ravens Steelers game. We're gonna go on both sides of it. So,
Oh man,
let me ask y'all, why did the Ravens lose that game?
drops.
If there was ever a game to where the numbers lie to you, it is this fucking game. This is why stat watching is a horrible thing to do consistently on short terms. Now, for like a career, you can get a pretty good idea of someone's career, you know, by looking at the stats. But game by game, he had 3 drop touchdowns, 2 drop field goals. They should have scored 34 plus.
Multiple drops in the open field. Like, if you watch that game, I'm not sitting here saying Lamar played amazing because he did have bad fumble, things like that, whatever. But they shouldn't have even been in that situation.
No.
They should have scored almost every drive if receivers just catch the football, in my opinion. Like,
okay, oh my God, Riddell. Okay, fine. If you want to say that, fine. I guess they're in 2 different series.
No,
like,
they are.
They're in 2 different series. But
He just wants to get that
I
on.
want to play devil's advocate real quick. Shout out G baby. I want to play devil's advocate real quick because, and also shout out Mookie because he brought up a good point. I'm like just on some real shit. He brought up a good point. I'm gonna always say if this was another quarterback, because we all like, I get it. I know why they lost the game. It's because of the drops. That's fine. But when it comes to certain quarterbacks, we get oblivious, we get blind. We don't want to keep the same energy because I swear to God, Trey, and you can't even lie. I swear to the whole panel. If this was Justin Herbert and they have the drop passes, they have the 3 T, we the same game. Everybody will be saying, "What about that red zone pick he threw in the end zone?" Which was a badass fake.
The only person who say that is Gerald, by the way.
No, I'm talking about no, because there's a lot of people that kill Justin Herbert. On some real shit, there's a lot of people who do it. Like, and they do it just to do it.
Herbert would get crucified. Herbert would get absolutely crucified for this game.
I'm just saying, I know why the Ravens lost because they shouldn't have been in that situation. All I'm saying was, what if that was Josh Allen? What if that was Justin Herbert?
Boy.
This is
You got crucified.
I'm just saying.
okay.
That pick was atrocious.
It was atrocious.
Look,
That was atrocious.
the pick was bad, but also one of the things that I said when I watched that play, and as I
got locked the fuck up too.
I was about to say, we got to talk about Odell. Odell is.
But Trey, hey, tell him
why.
I've been saying this for
Why
years.
did Lamar go there?
Odell is cooked.
Bro,
And
people were saying
why-
that he was
why did
top
Lamar-
25 going into the season. I was like,
Yeah,
what are we on?
crazy.
What are we on?
Yo, G-Baby going.
The G-Baby was talking about some like 1.3K. I was like, bro, stop.
G-Baby got to
Stop.
go because he said this brother can get 1,200 yards.
I was chatting, bro. Oh.
Odell, the one I didn't think he was going to be 1,000-yard receiver, but what I did think is that he was going to be productive.
He still can. He still can.
But Trent, you need to understand something. Because people have been talking so much crap about the Ravens, I have literally gone through the trouble every week of watching this offense. Because people have been telling me, Lamar's not good. Y'all made a bunch of excuses for him. He's got weapons now. He's not that guy. Y'all just keep making excuses. And then you turn on the film and you realize the guy who's really like a guy is a rookie. Like Zay Flowers,
he had a bad game. He had a bad
like
game.
Zay Flowers had his worst game as a pro. Like that was awful. That was awful. It happens. But having 8 drops, like I don't care about who killed who. Like you know me. Like context matters. Also, like if it was other quarterbacks, if you had 8 drops, well, guess what I would say? You can't have 8 drops and expect to win.
Okay.
It's the same thing that happened to Mahomes in week 1 versus the Lions.
Yeah.
It's just you had 10 drop passes. I mean, how the hell do you expect to win like this?
Patrick Mahomes is the only quarterback that gets the
But wait,
damn near that gets always the ultimate benefit of the doubt.
but
All they do is blaze.
Even with your Justin Herbert point, like everybody keeps like even me and Mookie go back back and forth all the time because he just has a weird agenda to push with Lamar. So I always poke at him about that playoff game. But the reality is the reason why they lost that playoff game, what had nothing to do with the offense. It had everything to do with, people don't realize it, Michael Davis got hurt at the end of the first half. So that quarter half coverage that they had been playing that first half, and
not as effective.
It kept screwing freaking Trevor Lawrence up so bad. That's why he kept throwing those picks. But he's a different type of corner. Like the moment he goes out the game, now you have Asante Samuel trying to fill Michael Davis's role instead of just playing the role that he was playing. Now all of a sudden they can't run that coverage. So now they're in cover 3 all the time. And Doug Peterson was like, wait, really? You just gonna line up and do this? Oh, okay, cool. Trips, we're gonna flood your zones. Watch me throw these bombs. And that's
all I'm saying is though, this is like just the general consistency. I'm not even talking about just us on players choice and stuff. I generally feel like if roles were flipped, we want to keep the same energy because that pick was
people always got their picks. Like
so if you watch that game, all game, Zay Flowers drops, Mark Andrews drops, Nelson Aguilar drops, Rashad Bateman drops, crunch time. And we know one thing about Odell, he can slow down. We don't really question his hands. Let's be honest. So if you're Lamar and you see everybody out here is dropping your passes, I don't blame him being like, look, Odell, go make a play, man, because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Ain't nobody else. They've shown me I'm trying. They're not doing it. And so I don't get mad. Yeah, it was a bad pick. I'm not saying it wasn't. I get the reason why he went to Odell, because to me, there's no other reason you should go to Odell when he's your third best option.
All I'm saying is I've seen people like Twitter on him and like social media in general make the most dumbest excuse on why Justin Herbert choked when the real was real. Nobody wanted to say nothing, or just for any other quarterback. All I'm saying is that just roles will flip. I don't think it'll be the same answer.
I agree.
I don't think it will. Lamar is even a prime example. Because I was trolling G Baby on the Texans versus Jazz game, bro. They had 7 drops, and they got blown up by the Texans, but nobody wanted to say nothing. They dropping TDs. I mean, they dropping feet not in the bounds.
Really?
That shit ain't Trevor Lawrence's fault, but he'll still get killed for it.
Yeah. Agreed.
All I'm saying is we just have to.
Lamar's going to get killed for it because he's the quarterback. But my thing is the only play that he had during that game where I'm like, yeah, you can't do that, is the pick. Like if you go back and watch that play, if I'm him, literally as we're watching Joey Porter Jr. basically bully Odell into the sideline,
out of bounds,
you literally see Mark Andrews cross Micah Fitzpatrick's face. If I
was a good play.
I literally would have went 1, cool, that's not happening. 2,
right? I'm telling you why. That's why I'm telling you. That's why he was done with them. I promise. That's what I think. He's like, they're not making the play, bro. I'm going down there. Like,
everybody had dropped at least 2 passes.
Everybody knows Odell run fades. Like.
But here's another thing though. People talk about the not going for the field goal at the end of the first half. Why wouldn't they take the points?
Yeah, obviously.
Since when has Baltimore not gone for it on 4th down?
But here's another thing.
They've been doing this for years. This has been their MO.
Here's another thing. You have the greatest kicker of all time. If you need 3 points, take that motherfucker.
Yeah,
didn't he miss one though?
Yeah, I'm about to say he also hasn't been great.
Yeah, you're right. But I would still put my faith in Justin Tucker over.
But the fact that people are getting so up in arms about the fact they went for it on 4th and 3, 4th and 2. This is what they've always done.
Yeah, they've been doing that since
they've always done this with Lamar since literally his first start. This is nothing new. Harbaugh was one of the first coaches to go to the analytics.
And the other part about that play we're talking about, the center said himself, he was like, that was my fault. I thought Quan Alexander jumped off sides, so I snapped the ball. They were literally just trying to draw them off sides.
Free play.
Like he thought it was a free. He literally was like, oh, okay, cool. we're gonna make a free play, and homie didn't jump into the neutral zone, so he screwed up.
Yeah, so he's.
I got a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Do y'all remember the Chiefs and Chargers game last year where Justin Herbert threw a pick in the end zone?
Yes.
Yeah, the pick six in the end zone.
Yeah.
Who were they blaming for that loss?
Justin Herbert.
Even though he was the reason they were in that game the entire game.
I completely
all
agree.
Comes down,
and their wide receiver completely quit on the route. He stopped. He was so tired.
What
I'm saying is it always comes down to
quarterback's going to get all the blame.
It always comes down to one play to finish the game. And however you play that one play to win the game is how they're going to judge how you played that game.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter what you did.
Lamar Jackson is protected, though. He's protected.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he is protected.
All that matters is what you do.
A perfect example. Kirk Cousins played literally a perfect game versus us last year.
I was about to say that.
What does everybody remember? The 5-yard pass to CJ Hawkinson. You always get remember off one play because all I'm saying is all I'm saying, bro. Because Lamar is super protected.
Him and Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, them two specific.
This is
that MVP is like a diamond shield for him, bro. Like anything wrong, he just gets deflected with that damn MVP trophy.
Lamar won it. He's the MVP.
That's not true. No. Josh Allen is not protected at all. He doesn't get
no protection. Whoa. Slow down.
No, bro.
Trent.
I don't think Josh Allen gets protected.
He doesn't. Wait, Trent. I'm gonna need you to relax because again, we run in different circles. I get it. The folks around you might not protect Josh Allen. But the reality is the reason why I don't get down with this whole such and such is protected or this guy's protected at quarterback, most of these top dudes, depending on who you talk to, they're all protected. Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar, Mahomes. Like the only one as of right now who you can't say is protected because he's kind of earned the benefit of the doubt is Mahomes because he's been so disgustingly good and has already had.
Mahomes is for sure protected too.
But he's even protected because like you said, that Bengals.
That's one of the biggest choke jobs. Bad and nobody.
But that's my point. If all of these top quarterbacks is protected, then is it really that special, or is this just how we treat top quarterbacks in the NFL?
No, I'm just saying. I just want everybody to keep the same energy. Because I'm gonna say it again. I'm a broken bro. I swear to God, if this was fucking Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, fucking any like you get what I'm saying. If these Justin Herbert,
Kirk Cousins.
Well, what happened the last drive? What happened? Oh, guard. Who's the most protected the most? It's easily Joe Burrow to me. And I'm not thinking twice. I think it's by far Joe Burrow. He gets the It's the glaze with Joe Burrow is it's out of mind, bro. Okay.
Trent, after the first week, I was defending him because I felt as though he should get the benefit of the doubt, especially after last year. But after that week, like 3, I was like, no, we're done with this. We're done with it.
But he's not playing well, and it could be.
I don't know,
injury, and that's cool.
I don't know if he's been protected or it's like a misconception of how good he's played in certain situations, like in the playoffs. I think people have a misconception of like Joe Burrow is an elite playoff performer when he's not. And I think that's probably why he's a little bit protected because people think he's an elite playoff performer when he's not.
Yeah,
so I think that could also be a reason. So I don't know if he's protected or people just have a misconception on how good he really is in playoffs.
Yeah, that's perfectly fair because I think that's the main reason why Joe Burrow is protected. We act like Joe Burrow is this great or even good playoff performer, and he's never been that. You can go by each game and go watch all 22 tape. The only really good game he's ever had. I'll give him the Bengals one, the comeback versus the Chiefs. But besides that, it's the Bills game. Every other game in the playoffs, mid. But they win, so he gets he's good in the playoffs. He's great in the playoffs. Elite playoff performer. He beat Patrick Mahomes. So he gets that nod already. So
that he's like the clutch quarterback in the league. That's also a thing that he has as well, which I don't think is even true.
Yeah, like look, he just gets everybody. He's the most. Go ahead, Lucas.
He just has certain misconceptions around him, and I think they just need to come out, and then he'll be less protected.
What is the Mahomes effect?
Okay, this is a prime example. Okay, this is a prime example.
People bring that up because Lamar has also beaten Patrick Mahomes in a game before.
Yeah.
Didn't nobody care.
Josh Allen, last year, Josh Allen.
Wait, but Trey, it's the playoffs. They're not talking about regular season. They're talking about the playoffs.
Certain
They don't
people,
care about regular season.
So the people that got
People was trying to
people
start that.
the
People
two
was
people
trying
that
to
got
start that
the
narrative
two people,
before the
the
playoffs.
two people that got the Mahomes effect for sure was, especially in 2021 or that year, Josh Allen, because he was so close to being Patrick Mahomes. People were saying he was this locked top 2 quarterback when he wasn't at all. He was never that. People were saying that he was closer to Patrick Mahomes than what we really think.
People say he's better than him.
Yeah, people were literally saying that it really might be the conversation that he's better. And then second, Joe Burrow. He beat him multiple times in the regular season, and then he beat him in the playoffs, and people made it seem like he was this locked top 2 quarterback, which he never was. That's the Patrick Mahomes effect. When you get super close or you beat him, that's true. Yeah, and all of a sudden you're going to get that Patrick Mahomes effect. And I also, Garb, that's true because Josh Allen, that's one of the best quarterback playoff games in history.
And I think that's the only, to me, Josh Allen has a better case of being close to Mahomes than Joe Burrow has, because I've seen peak for peak Josh Allen go against a peak Mahomes, and the only reason he lost was a coin flip. Like, at his peak, Josh Allen is a dog. The only time I saw Joe Burrow beat Patrick Mahomes, like you said, played the worst game in the playoffs, I'm speaking. He played the worst game of his career. That's the only reason he beat him. They were up 21-3 at halftime, and Mahomes comes out and was a terrorist the rest of the half. That's why they lost. Josh Allen was matching Patrick Mahomes play for play. Like, I saw that. That's the only. Now, I don't think Mahomes is better than him. I've talked to Lucas about this. I think if there's somebody that's close, it's Josh Allen.
Like, talent-wise, he's close.
Yeah.
But everything else is not.
It's not close, And I think that's the difference between it. Like, there's no lock top.
I'm not gonna lie. Yo, right there, hold on. I'm not gonna lie. Let me send this nigga to the league because he gets me so angry. He gets me so annoyed. He's the most protected in the league because, yo, like, I don't want to. He's probably the most hated. What the fuck you mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand it, bro.
Who's the most hated?
Wait, who's Riddle talking about?
Also, now that Burrow has this leg injury, though, he has a good game this week. If next week he has a horrible game, you know what everyone's gonna say?
Oh, it's
the calf. It's the calf.
After what
I'm like, we could drop that shit. If Josh Allen gets no flack when he has a torn UCL, you can miss me with that shit. You can miss Herbert, broken ribs, Kirk Cousins, broken ribs. Mahomes, one fucking leg. Miss me with this calf bullshit. Even Burrow himself said it just affects my ability to move in the pocket, which sucks for him because his offensive line is almost as bad as the Giants. He's fucked.
No,
it's the joke, but you get the point. It's a joke.
The Giants don't even have the worst offensive line in the league so far.
Because one of the worst in history.
Patriots.
You get the joke. Like, you get what I was getting.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, man, and let me tell you something. They thought Orlando Brown Jr. was the savior. Man, I've been a Chiefs fan my whole life. I've watched every game that man has played with the Chiefs. He's not that, bro. Orlando Brown Jr. I was like, bro, y'all thinking this is gonna save your life? Nah.
How is Justin Herbert? Let me get this for the clip. Just
get his face all up in there.
How is Justin Herbert the most protected quarterback?
What?
Bro, not gonna lie, the amount of protection I hear on Herbert, because when I hear protection, it's like when someone gives him a criticism, there's always an immediate response. Always. I don't hear that from Burrow. I don't know who you be talking to, but I barely hear anybody protecting Burrow. The only people I hear protecting Burrow is my friend who's a diehard Bengals fan. I'm like, he's a stan. I mean, it is what it is. Well, other than that, in general NFL conversation, any criticism that goes against Herbert, someone's to blame, bro. It's never Herbert. It's always someone else. I don't hear that for Burrow. I just don't.
So I'm going to ask you this.
It might be true, though.
Let me ask you this a simple question. So every time somebody says Burrow plays bad, nobody brings up the offensive line off the rip?
No. Anytime when Burrow,
he's lying, bro. Whenever they lose a game, they bring out the infinity stones of fucking excuses, and they're like, "Man, we know how to protect this motherfucker with the gauntlet." anytime. Oh man, it's his calf. But then he goes out and throws for 400 yards. Oh no, Burrow's that dude. He's gonna go out. He's gonna.
That's facts. That's
Oh,
facts.
against Tennessee,
what
Tennessee,
are you
he's
talking about?
dog shit. First week of the year, he throws for fucking less yards than Kobe Bryant scored in a basketball game. I mean, what do you want?
Oh wow.
What do you mean? What do you want? Like, how is an injury not an invalid reason?
Okay,
why
no,
Because
no,
Mahomes
like,
did it
what?
on one leg. Allen,
Josh
when he
Allen.
had a
And he
torn
was
UCL, when he had a
praised for
torn
it.
UCL, that's your main ligament in your elbow that helps you throw.
Let me
Guess
a-
what?
let
He
me
didn't
ask
go
you a
no.
question,
He didn't get.
Riddell.
He didn't get no flack for it. He didn't
Well,
get no
those
slack
are
for it.
those- I can't.
Let me
speak-
ask you a
I think
question.
Josh
You
Allen
wanna give
actually
credit
has
to
a lot of
Derek Carr?
haters, so I can't even speak on that one.
Justin
right?
Herbert had broken ribs. He didn't get no slack.
Nobody comes for Herbert for that though.
Look,
Who do y'all
What?
talk to? I don't hear people coming for that.
Hey,
I mean,
listen. At this point,
Hold on, let me ask you a
I'm
question.
with Trey. I think we all just rolling a whole bunch of different circles. So of course it's gonna be who we see protected versus who we don't.
Lucas, ask your question.
Okay, what did you think about Matthew Stafford last year, Riddell?
well, he got injured and Cooper Kupp didn't play, so I didn't really have strong
Okay,
opinions on him.
but what did you think about his individual performance? Would you say it's great, good, okay, or bad?
I mean, it wasn't great, but I gave context with it. The team was messed up. Like Cup, like he was, but then he was injured. So it's like I'm not gonna say anything about it. It's like he's injured. That's why when he came this season, I was like, I expected Stafford to cook. I expected Stafford to be a top 10 quarterback, and he's cooking. So I'm like, not surprised. That's what my expectation was. Burrow, my expectation was okay. Play good, but then the calf stuff is like he can't throw the ball down the field. Like he legit just can't throw it. We know Burrow can throw the ball down the field. We're not idiots. Like
You know what?
You saw him do it.
Did
He's
you
better
watch
than
the game? Hold on.
He just did it.
Did you watch the game? Did you watch the game he just played?
Yeah,
you
now he
watch
can
it?
throw the ball down the field. It's crazy what
Okay,
happened.
good. Okay,
It's
yeah.
crazy
yeah.
what happens with what?
Because I was gonna say
my God.
Burrow looks like he does look like he used to be in that game. So maybe he's a little healthier, or I don't know. But
He
what
better,
from what I
he
saw
better
from that
not
game,
come out and can't push the ball. He better not come
I
out. and
agree.
push the ball
I
on Saturday.
agree.
Oh, I
But
agree.
he
If
was
he plays
also
bad, he
missing T.
deserves it.
Higgins, and he played really well. So I don't know what
Man,
that tells
if
us,
he goes
but
out there
he looked
against
like
Seattle
himself.
and looks like a fucking potato, I want you to come back up
you
here,
know
bro.
what they're gonna say. You know what they're gonna say.
No. No, I agree. I agree
can't
with you.
wait.
I
The
agree.
Bengals aren't making the playoffs anyway, so don't worry. You're not going to be seeing them in the postseason.
Okay,
we'll
that's
see.
interesting. Because the Bengals, what's the Bengals record?
2-3.
What's the Bills record?
You know their next 3 games?
What's the
Seattle, 49ers, Bills. Good luck.
Oh, you can't.
Give me
You don't
one,
think
two,
they can
three.
beat the Bills in Seattle? 49ers. I don't know about 49ers, but Bills in Seattle, they can beat Bills in Seattle. What are we talking about? Hey, man, the Bills. If you get Josh Allen spam Stefon Diggs as much as he does and make that mistake, the Bengals could take advantage. Come on,
What
what
you
are we
mean?
talking
Make
about?
that mistake.
Is that not what Jamar Chase and Burrow was yesterday?
Oh,
2 days
wait,
ago?
wait.
For
Wait.
sure it was, but T. Higgins.
Wait, time out. Fuck you mean if you spam stuff? Nigga, if they play the Bengals, who the fuck is guarding Stephon Diggs? You
Shout
better
out.
spam him.
Is Awuzie still playing?
Shadobe
That nigga is
Awuzie.
shot cheese.
Yeah.
You're the bracket with Daxton Hill and Uzi.
No,
Hey,
Josh
man,
Allen.
it's
Josh
gonna be
Allen
a
spamming
shootout.
Stephon Diggs, but when Jamar Chase has 15 fucking receptions,
What?
he's not spamming Jamar Chase.
Oh, for sure. He's
Oh,
spamming
Jamar Chase was spammed last week.
Okay.
But,
Shadobe
like,
is
Who
good.
cares if
What are
you
you talking
he's
about?
open, like bro, he's open.
Lucas, if Jadobi Awuzie guards Stephon Diggs, that is bar we keep chicken. Period.
Do you not know how this works?
It's-
Obviously, it's not going to be a one-on-one.
You right.
Oh, I
You're gonna
agree.
bracket
I
with Daxton
understand
Hill.
that.
And especially
What?
if
No.
Higgins not there, it's over.
You
It's
saying
gonna,
it's
it's
over?
gonna be. I think it's like a coin toss. Bills Bengals is gonna be a coin toss in my opinion. But Seattle, they could definitely beat Seattle. 49ers, I mean, it's the 49ers. They're playing the best football in that.
Hey, Tom,
Didn't the Dolphins try to bracket Stefon Diggs in their game and that backfired miserably?
Can somebody tell me what's wrong with quarterbacks spamming their elite weapons?
That's
Oh,
never
it's
been an
nothing
issue.
wrong.
That's never been an issue.
Unless you
What,
kind of
like, bro,
Yeah,
can't be a detriment.
bro, I didn't literally see Cooper Kupp get 20 targets. before.
Does Mahomes not spam Travis Kelsey?
Everybody gets
it
spammed.
can be a detriment. So, hey, let's not act like it's a
You're
detriment.
supposed to spam. You're supposed
To
to
an
spam your best
extent,
players.
though. To an extent, though, because
Because
if you
they're always
overly
the first
spam it, makes it
read
predictable.
on every single play almost. So, of course, they're going to get spammed if they're open because they're great players and they're supposed to be open. So if they are getting open, they're gonna get spammed.
I'm giving you the ball.
I'm not mad
As soon as a play it started, they're looking at them instantly. Every single play. So if they're open, they're gonna get spammed.
I'm not mad at it, but it can be a detriment. Kind of similar to sometimes when Kirk Cousins gets tunnel vision for Jefferson, even though Addison is open, that it can be a detriment. And I think Josh Allen sometimes gets tunnel vision when it digs. Joe Burrow, when T. Higgins is on the field, he doesn't have tunnel vision for Chase. It's T and Chase.
Like, when that game is on the line, Joe Burrow is spamming Jamar Chase.
Did you not see the tunnel vision last year when he just threw? Oh, Jamar Chase
double covered. Bro, I don't care. I'm spamming it.
Time out. Joe Burrow's first year when he was healthy with Jamar. Fuck it, Jamar is down there. He's throwing that bitch to him almost every time. A clutch situation.
Well, we didn't know who T was.
Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly, and there's nothing wrong with that.
T was nice.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. I said
we knew what T was.
I was about to say stop.
No, at Burrow's first healthy year,
when Burrow's rookie year, T. Higgins and Burrow were going berserk. We knew exactly who T was.
But it wasn't until I don't even remember what year where T. Higgins started establishing it as like one of the best number twos in football.
Yeah, no,
right?
Okay, stop. For those of y'all who don't watch college football,
I don't.
Sure. Yeah, if that's the case, then sure, that would explain why you're saying that. For those of us who watched him at Clemson, we knew
that whole wide receiver core was gross.
Trevor Lawrence used to spam T. Higgins.
The moment he stepped on the field, we knew, hey, this T. Higgins kid, that's a dude.
He's a freak, bro.
Like that's a real bona fide receiver.
What was the big difference between T in 2020 and 2021? Where you think he's just automatically so much better of a player?
Well, I didn't say that. It's just Joe Burrow's trust in T. Higgins obviously changed.
Of course, bro. Do you not know who on the other side with him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Joe Burrow already had chemistry with Jamar Chase. He had to figure out who T. Higgins was. And then once he got more comfortable, he was like, "Oh, I just got to throw it up to T."
He knew who T. Higgins.
That's
what he did when Joe Burrow's first year. That's all he was doing. He was like, "Oh, T. Higgins is nice. Let me go after him." T. Higgins,
it doesn't take long to see who's nice and who's not. It doesn't take long.
No, I don't agree.
Now, did it get crazy? Did we start seeing it crazy? Yeah, because when you got Jamar Chase on one side and T. Higgins on the other,
yeah,
there ain't much to trust. It's just, hey, which one of y'all ain't getting double? Which one of y'all got one-on-one?
For sure. But mostly his rookie year, he was throwing it more to Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd was cooking that year, for sure.
Well, Tyler Boyd has always been Mr. Consistent.
One of the best number threes, for sure. 100%.
He probably is the best number three, if I don't.
Honestly?
I don't know. Who's on but let's move on because I gotta ask you this. Is there a true favorite in the AFC right now?
No.
True favorite.
It's right now, as of week 5, it's a toss-up between 3 teams, I think.
So no.
Exactly. So no.
I think
you got Bills, Dolphins, Chiefs, and that's a toss-up. Whoever you like more. So,
and
I think when you consider pedigree and the level of trust, they can perform in high pressure situations. The Chiefs should clearly be the number 1 to me. Now, people are going to say it's because I'm a fan of the Chiefs. No, it's because they have a top 5 defense right now. And what have we all said during Mahomes' career? If he has a top 10 defense, it's fucking over. It's done because he's had horrible defenses throughout the season sometimes. Now, granted, the offense hasn't looked the same. Heaven forbid they go out and get a number 1 option at wide receiver. It's over. It's done.
They got one.
Right.
Facts.
They got one.
If I would have
been Justin Ross,
Justin Ross did not play Justin Ross game. He just kept on dropping the ball, bro.
All right, but my nigga, he's only played 5 games.
How many games he played?
He's not gonna get on the field if he's not catching the ball.
Yeah, he's got to catch the ball. But this is the issue that I have with the Chiefs, which is why I don't think there's a real favorite. Matt Nagy is running y'all's offense again. I get it. We all talk about Andy Reid as the one who's the play caller, but his OCs have a say in play design, and it's showing this year. That shit looks awful. Like
Does it? If we were to go back and account for all the drops, because there's been a lot of drops in every game. The Lions was just the pinnacle because everyone was watching because it was game 1. It has been like that every fucking game. There have been guys wide open all the time. This isn't like this is just one game.
Okay, this
Facts.
is what I'll say. Yes, there are guys open. Yes, there are a lot of drops. There is a noticeable difference in just the precision of the offense.
Because we have no speed. We don't have over the top speed like we've had in years past.
You know what?
Y'all had it last year.
Open for trade.
But wait,
Cole Hardman is open for
have-
trade. Hey man,
yeah,
gotta
that's
bring back.
crazy.
I don't care. We need speed because that Justin Watson being the main deep threat is killing me, bro.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
It's killing me.
But what I'm saying is this: just the precision of the offense, the way it was run, like we're seeing the Commanders right now be able to have a real offense. Like they're not some like high flying offense because Sam Howell isn't like a real guy, but
it's a lot better than it was last year.
EB is scheming some shit up there.
Mm.
Those games when you watch the Commanders is like I was like, oh damn, like people did not give Eric Bieniemy the credit that he deserved, and people always said that, but seeing it play out in real time when I'm looking at the Chiefs every game and I'm like, you can still tell Patrick Mahomes is good. Don't get me wrong. Like he's still Patrick Mahomes, but you can also tell he just like he's looking at some of these reads and he's like, the spacing is off. This looks muddy. Like it's just again, the precision of it is just off. Like
It's a large part of it is because we don't have over the top speed, so we can't get those safeties to press back. No, they don't trust anything over the top, so they're able to play down. So all of our mid routes and our low level routes that Juju Smith-Schuster was running, those slants and those drag routes, those aren't open anymore because everyone's able to play down. They're able to put another safety in the box, and it's screwing us up.
Also, I don't have a lot of faith in a lot of these like he's trying to find out who's that guy who could take advantage of that middle. We think it's Rashee Rice. That's the thought as of right now. I don't believe Sky Moore is a wide receiver personally. Kadarius Toney has been playing better, but it seems like they use him a lot for like these gadget plays more so than anything else.
because
And then
he's a gadget player.
yeah, so we got a gadget player, we got a person kind of receiver, not kind of receiver, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, and that's why they're now trying to, hey, Justin Ross, are you kind of a guy that they try to put him in a little bit, and then he starts dropping the ball? It's like, okay, who is going to be able to take advantage of some of these matchups other than Travis Kelce? Because regardless of what you want to say, you mentioned Juju. Like if it wasn't Travis, it was Juju, and Juju was decently consistent on a lot of these.
Yeah, right now there's not a clear number one option for Patrick Mahomes at the wide receiver position. He's just having to make the reads. And I trust Patrick Mahomes to do that. But when the moment comes down to it and there's like, hey, there's that guy, they're going to double team Travis Kelce. He's not always going to be there. As much as he always is, he's not 100% always going to be there. And there's no other guy that we can turn to and be like, yeah, he's him. That's him.
From a personnel standpoint, they're going to have the Chiefs are going to have to start planning for life after Travis Kelce. He's getting to that point in his career where he's not the spry young guy who was going to burn guys down the seam. He's now the savvy veteran.
There's this tight end over in with the Falcons that they don't like to use. I'm just saying, you wanna fuck this league over? Hey, I'll give you a second round pick for that tight end. Y'all be gatekeeping over there.
Speaking of that, it's like, hey, you get Kyle Pitts-Ball. Hey, you have your best game of your fucking career, Desmond Ridder. Hey, congratulations!
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Holy crap!
Crazy.
It's
Bro, Ritter's bad, bro. I don't know how else to explain to people. Like, okay, cool. Like he can complete a high percentage of balls behind the line of scrimmage. Cool. I don't give a damn. He's like Tony Romo, 5 yards and in. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. And why you're using Jonnu Smith more than Kyle Pitts when Kyle Pitts is leaving defenders on the floor. I don't know what to do. Desmond Ridder can't throw outside the numbers. I literally think he physically cannot throw opposite side of the field outside the numbers.
It's nasty work. And you know another team that's like, oh, we give it to our best player. We start like having really good offense. The Jets.
Chicago.
Oh, I was gonna say the Jets. Brees Hall. Let's give him 20 carries. What happens? Oh, he just goes for like 100.
No, Zach Wilson. Throw it to the other guy named Wilson. Throw it to the other guy with your name plate on the back of his fucking jersey.
I'm not gonna lie though. Garrett was in some. He was in.
Clam?
Yeah.
PS2 was on that ass. So
I was about to say PS2 was giving him a lot of problems.
He got to make up for that Tyreek Hill performance, bro. Because that was nasty.
Yeah. That was tough.
It was tough. All right, so let's get to the last topic of the day. Let's say I don't know if Lucas, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, bet. So I'm gonna go around the room, and this is off this season currently. I'm gonna go around the room, and I'm gonna ask out who's the most underrated and overrated player in the league right now currently. So Lucas, you can turn your camera on real quick right now.
Yeah.
I said so. I'm gonna start off with you, Lucas. We're gonna do underrated first, and then we can talk about it after. Who do you think right now is the most underrated player in the league?
Oh man. Let's go with Daquan Jones. D-line.
Wait, that's a good pick.
He's playing out of his mind this year. I don't think anyone said anything about him. He needs his respect. He's playing like a top 5 D lineman this year, and nobody's saying anything.
All right, Josh.
And it sucks that he got hurt.
Yeah, true facts. Josh.
I'm most underrated.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna go another AFC East defensive player. Andrew Van Ginkel has been a really good edge rusher for the Dolphins. Like he looks better than Bradley Chubb. He looks really good. Like I don't know why they took away snaps from him last season, but he looks better than Bradley Chubb. And that Bradley Chubb contract, stinky.
That's his thing.
I mean, he had a good game, but it was also against the Giants.
Yeah, of course you're gonna have a good game.
Whatever you want to say.
You're gonna have
I'm just saying.
You're gonna have a great game when you have Osama bin Laden, fucking all these guys.
I'm not feeling that Matt Breida.
I'm not gonna lie. Van Ginkel was gonna be my pick too, because he was cooking when the Bill. He's been cooking all season. Like
for sure.
The Giants game kind of was just like, I think he had 2 or 3 sacks. Like that's what it was. But like the Bills game
could have had 7.
Yeah,
could have had 10.
That was my pick. Was gonna be Van Ginkel.
Yeah, if I say go ahead, Young. Who was it? If you don't have it on the who else you got?
Who else? I mean, Gonzo was balling, but I'll probably have to go.
Kader Kohu.
Nah,
he got cooked by Diggs.
Yeah, golly, he was getting fried. Yeah.
I still love him though.
I mean, I always thought Matt Milano was underrated. I never thought he got the love he should have. He's hurt now, but I think he was playing. I mean, the same way he was playing the last 3-4 seasons. People just, I don't know why they don't want to put him higher. Him, Dre Greenlaw, like those dudes have been balling, but I don't know. I think
Jesus
Christ.
A lot of ass niggas in the building. It's bot ass nigga. Go ahead, sports.
You sound like Evil Woody from Toy Story.
I'll say I have a defensive player and an offensive player. For a defensive player, it is the other Josh Allen. He has been the one saving grace on that Jacksonville defense. And then for offense, it's the same guy I picked before the season. It's Tank Dell.
Oh, Trent! Look at Trent.
Real nigga. Go ahead, Trey.
If we're going to talk about underrated players, I think the guy that I probably want to talk about is Zaire Franklin. From the Colts. I've obviously, because AR being there, I've watched a lot of the Colts games, and part of why I started watching their defense, because I was wondering why they felt so comfortable in letting Bobby Okereke walk. Because after the first couple of weeks of the Giants being bad, I was like, was he actually a bum? And y'all were just being like, yeah, no, go ahead, take him. And what I found out was, no, this was actually a situation where both sides actually got a decent player. Like Bobby Okereke is actually a good football player, but also at the same time, they felt comfortable letting him out the door because they had EJ Speed on the come up, and you also have Zaire Franklin, who right now is playing like one of the best linebackers in the league. Is he an elite athlete like the way Frank Warner and some of these other like top end guys are? No, but he just like he's there. He makes plays. Like he can make plays in the pass game. He gets in passing lanes. He makes it difficult. He comes down on the run game. Like he plays downhill. He's a good player. So yeah, he's not talked about a lot. So shout out to him.
Rodell?
He broke out last year too, though. I'll notice that he was good last year as well.
Yeah, no, he definitely was. But people were talking about Bobby Okereke a lot.
Yeah.
And they also have Shaq on it too. So
Yeah,
I did want to give some love to this one player on the Chargers. I forget how to say his last name, fellow Polynesian. You feel me? Thule. I think he's just one of those rookie.
Or USC kid.
Yeah, he's been playing well. He's obviously overshadowed considering like Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa exist, but he definitely is going to come into his own, be a definite starter at the very least, if not by the end of this year.
Oh, they're getting rid of one of them. They might get rid of both of them.
For sure. With that said, the one I really want to give love to, someone was saying in the chat, but Trent McDuffie looking like one of them ones, bro. Trent McDuffie playing so well, bro. And that Vikings game, McDuffie was having Jettis on lock. I'm not gonna lie. It was very tough for Jettis that game. Trent McDuffie plays very well in coverage. So shout out to him. Overrated.
No, not yet.
Okay.
That's it. Go ahead, Tegan Lynch.
We just doing underrated right now.
Yeah, for right now.
I'm not gonna lie. After the injury that he had, for him to come back because he played good last year, and I know I'm not Seahawks bias, but Jordan Brooks has outshined Bobby Wagner, even with Bobby Wagner coming back to the roster. He's been good in the pass game and pretty solid in the run game, and I think as a pass rusher, even at the linebacker position, he's played good. Like I think it was a torn ACL that he had. He's still looking as athletic as ever, and I think he's been one of the most underrated linebackers in the league.
All right, so let's see when we get nasty here. We'll talk about it after.
Better go two though.
We're gonna talk about it after, but what's the name? Just give a little short brief why you think he is. Just a little bit. Then we're gonna talk about it after. Like I said. So Lucas, who do you think is the most overrated player right now currently?
Oh, just skip me. Let me think about it real quick. Let Josh go. I think he's got something to say. So let me go.
Josh, who do you think is the most overrated player right now currently?
Left-handed Hawaiian Dak Prescott, Tua Tagovailoa. That read, bro. One of my good friends brought it up. I rewatched that read on that first pick he threw against the Giants. What was he looking at? It's like after it's like, bro, I'm watching the call like to a one-read quarterback, but like, bro, even Trey, you were bringing it up too. After his first read, like you get shaky, like I don't know, like it's just strange, like Mike McDaniel's really like concealing a lot of the stuff from Tua, but like guys, we have to have a talk about Tua. Like he's kind of overrated. Like I don't know, like the MVP conversations are so weird with Tua. I'm like, I don't think a guy like him can win MVP. I just don't think so.
Young,
I'm gonna say Russell Wilson. I don't think he's really like. I think the numbers look good when you just look at the numbers, but when I'm watching him play, he's not doing anything that tells me he's worth $45 million he's supposed to be making. Now, and then you can say Daniel Jones. I think that's the easy one. But like Russ is about to get into a new contract that is big money. He's not playing like, to me, it's not. I think it's replaceable stuff what he's doing. I don't think he's doing anything special. So I think
you can't trade that contract.
Oh no, there's.
I know that for a fact. That's why I'm thinking he's overrated.
Sports talk.
He about to say something wild.
He got the clip loaded.
Nick Bosa.
Oh,
damn!
Like, bro.
He actually took mine. Wow.
For this year, man, for all the bullshit that had dealt over the summer, like for you to come out and play like this, bro, like his brother's been playing better, bro, at this point. Like what? Like, yeah, you're great. He's gonna get some, courtesy sacks because the whole damn defense is good. But like, bro, he hasn't been that force. He's getting paid like a fucking quarterback. Like, what are we like? He's not to put him in the conversation with Myles Garrett and TJ Watt is a fucking travesty. He's not those two dudes. He's not. And people gotta stop putting him on that tier. He's a tier below.
Now
He's with Matt. He's closer to Matt Crosby.
Hey, hold on. We're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about it after. We're gonna talk about it after because I'm gonna need to get these clips for the TikTok for sure. So go ahead, Trent.
I'm trying to think because he actually stole mine. Because it's not that I don't think Nick Bosa isn't an elite player. He is.
Exactly. He is.
The issue that I have is when we start talking about who's the best pass rusher in the NFL, and people just immediately say Nick Bosa, like Myles Garrett just does not exist on this earthly plane.
Yeah, that's great.
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, Michael Parsons. Like, to me, Michael Parsons and Nick Bosa are kind of in the same tier, and I have both of those guys under TJ Watt and Myles Garrett. And if I'm being honest, Myles Garrett is kind of in a place of his own.
In a class of his own.
So I'm struggling now to find a replacement since you just stole it. Let's think. Somebody else who's currently being put on a pedestal that probably shouldn't be there.
I'll go while you think. I'll go while you think.
Huh? Actually, yeah, you go.
All right. This might be a little nasty.
Oh,
All
wait.
right.
I just thought of one. Never mind. Go for
Oh,
it.
you got one? You got yours?
Okay, yeah. I think it's about time we have this conversation. I know he's hurt right now, so it's probably not the best time, but I'm not saying this person can't be good. I'm just saying the assumption that he was going to be good was a bit much, and now we need to have the conversation. Deshaun Watson, I said this, there is no point in time where you take 2 years off playing quarterback, and it's just an assumption that you're going to come back and play at an elite level. I said this shit for a while, and there was a whole lot of pushback. And while he was playing, he wasn't great. He had flashes, so people still had hope. But I don't see it. Again, I'm not saying overrated as in he's a bad football player now. Nah, he's clearly still a good football player. But the way that people were talking about him and talking about what he could what he could do for this Browns team, I always was skeptical of that because, again, regardless of what the situation was, the bottom line is you didn't play for 2 years. Like, there's a lot that comes with that. And I don't think people really respected that. And now we're kind of seeing it.
Bro, I've been fighting demons with that Deshaun Watson take. I've been fighting that for a year now. Me and Trent have been going back and forth on that shit for a year now. I've been fighting the demons with Deshaun Watson. And bro, it's coming to fruition.
Fair enough. And I my caveat before I say this is I'm not a hater. I'm just like, based on what I've heard, I just think he's a bit overrated.
If you say Justin Herbert, you get kicked out.
Get the whistle out. Get it ready.
I'm not saying Herbert. Lamar Jackson.
Get that whistle out.
Riddell actually took mine.
Hey, man. I will say this, though. Like, he does have his haters, like Mookie, of course. But, like, I feel like before the season, I have heard the Greg Roman excuse for so long that he's going to, get Greg Roman out of here. It's going to open up that passing game. It's going to be crazy. And this year, I'm not moved. Like, I think the Ravens are a good team, but, like, I don't see that elite passing that people are talking about. And I don't think the Ravens offensively haven't been playing that well, in my opinion. So I think Lamar Jackson has been a little overrated. And I do think he does get protected sometimes in a certain extent. And he also gets a lot of slack. Calling him a running back is crazy. But yeah, my answer is Lamar Jackson.
You want to see a video of Lamar Jackson's receivers?
Last game was
That's
terrible.
it.
Like last game was
That's it.
terrible. I'm not gonna
Hey,
lie.
this is how you hold the ball.
And
Tegan,
you
who's
still
This is how you
lost
tuck
last
it.
year, bro.
Tegan,
Somebody
lost.
send this to the Ravens. Somebody
T-
send
T-
this to Russell Wilson.
Yo, Tegan, who's the most overrated?
Oh God.
I think I know where
I
you're
thought
going because you've been saying he's overrated for a while, but I don't know.
No. I ran through the idea of Najee Harris, but I think everyone accepted that he's not top 30 and he's a terrible
up.
running back.
Stop it.
I
Not
thought
top 30. Crazy.
I thought about saying Devontae Adams for this season, but I think it's fair to say if we're going to look at this season in a vacuum, someone that's been disappointing, I think was overrated a little bit by some people, myself included, was Jalen Hurts. I don't think Jalen Hurts has played up to the standard of last year, and I think that the Steichen offense fit him better than what he's doing right now. Now, to be fair, he could be getting used to it, but I don't think he has handled the drop back and try to make a read offense as well as he could. And I think he has benefited more from the situation. And the Eagles haven't been this overly dominant team outside of their offensive line and run game. I think that he could be doing more than what he has. We discredit Brock Purdy because of his situation. I'm going to keep the same energy with Jalen Hurts. Now, Jalen Hurts is more talented than Brock Purdy, but I'm going to keep the same energy.
That was actually my second choice.
All right, so let me ask. I'm gonna start off with Josh because he came off swinging. So I need this for the clip. So I need your explanation just for the clip and shit. So I'm like, Josh, why do you think that Tua is the most overrated player right now?
Bro, when Tua gets beyond his first read, things can get erratic. And I know a lot of people don't like to see that, but things can get erratic for Tua beyond his first read. And I think that's like Mike McDaniel is like he's very Mike McDaniel dependent.
Yep.
And a lot of people are not going to accept the fact that he is. And like I'm not going to keep bringing up the wide receiver argument all the time, but because he's been making some good throws here and on out. But like I don't know, like beyond his first read, he looks erratic, he looks panicky, and he just makes the wrong throw. Like I don't understand why, but I kind of understand why, but you guys won't agree with me because I think Tua is boo-boo. But that's just my personal opinion. Tua is boo-boo. He's just a middler. He's nothing more than a middler.
Can he not underthrow a pass that's past 25 yards?
He has a noodle arm.
Can he physically
He's
throw a
the
ball
Lucas
past
Hernandez.
25 yards accurately? I don't think he can.
He's closer to Jimmy G.
I
than
think
people
Lucas might
realize.
throw farther than Tua.
Wait, whoa. Tegan, say that one
Who
more
said
time for me,
that?
gang.
Wait, what?
Tegan, say that one more time for me, gang. If I get that for the clip, say it again.
He's closer to Jimmy G on the 49ers than people realize.
Cook.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so nasty, bro.
No,
Jimmy G, bro.
But
That
who-
touchdown merchant.
No.
I agree.
Tell me if you put Tua on those 49ers. I mean, I think you would be doing better than what Jimmy G did. But
Yeah.
Jimmy G also won a lot of games, and he wasn't improvising with his legs, nor does Tua. And he doesn't have a cannon of an arm. And there's been plenty of games where Jimmy G has had throws that you're like, wow, he's a good thrower of the football. He's had his moments. I remember playing against Seahawks. He's thrown 4 touchdown games before. Let's not act like he only throws 11 passes every single game for the 49ers. He had his moments. Tua has his moments too. Just Tua has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, Devon A-Chain, and all these guys. Like, he's closer to Jimmy G than people realize. Doesn't mean he can't produce. We just got to not look at the stats all the time and watch the film. It's simple as that.
Hey, Tegan, is Brock Purdy closer to Jimmy G than we realize?
I think so, because I think in the world, if you took Brock Purdy and put him on the Raiders, you probably would get something relatively similar to what we're seeing.
Maybe
I just think Brock Purdy has confidence and is able to move with his legs more and is more aggressive of a quarterback. It's something that I discredit Daniel Jones all the time. I don't think he's an aggressive quarterback. I don't think he has the mindset to take shots. Brock Purdy does. And I don't think Jimmy does either.
All right, so
It's just how it is.
now I need to get this for the other clip. Sports talk, and then Trey, you can get a little bit after that. So why do y'all think that Nick Bosa is overrated?
It's not necessarily that, again, that there could be two things true at once. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm not saying that he's not top 5. But to say that he's on the same level of Myles Garrett and TJ Watt, I question whether or not you're watching the same game I am. Because Myles Garrett can sit out there and, we saw the meme, the man could play basketball out there and literally just do whatever he wants. TJ Watt, he's seemingly in the quarterback's lap every single play. I mean, he does everything. And then Nick Bosa, I mean, the level of his defensive line. I don't think people realize how good of an addition Hargrave was for that D line. Like, we understand that he's like his production level is a top 3 to 4 defensive tackle in the league, and it has been. It's just because it doesn't show up on the stat sheet because he's a run stuffer.
Well, what about last year then?
I was about to say last year he had 10.5 sacks or something. But
no, I'm talking about Nick Bosa. He didn't have Hargrave last year.
He hasn't looked nearly the same this year, and I'm saying that defensive line got better.
But do you think that is because he came back literally week 1 and didn't do anything all summer? No practice, no nothing.
See, again, that's up to, and that's why we're saying up to this point, he's been heavily overrated because again, he's not top 2, he's not top 3, he's at 4. He's not better than Parsons. He's not better than T.J. Watt or Miles Garrett.
What about Max Crosby?
Okay, hold on.
Max Crosby be getting shit on. If he wasn't on the Raiders,
because I forgot to get the clip. I need you to get your T.J. Watt shit off, gang.
Bro. Let me get this. Hold on. Let me get to where I found this earlier. Okay. Let me name edge rushers with a higher double team rate than T.J. Watt currently.
Mm-hmm.
His teammate, Alex Highsmith. Zadarius Smith, Brian Burns, Trey Hendrickson, Will Anderson, Micah Parsons, Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett, of course, Arden Key, Hassan Reddick, Gregory Rousseau, Max Crosby. The list is way too long. He has a double team rate. If I'm to estimate, this would be like around 12%.
It sounds like the other team is stupid. Doesn't sound like the personal
it's been
problem
like
for
this
him.
The past 3 years.
And guess what?
It's
Every time
always
he's
been
single
like
covered,
that.
he's always in the lap. He's always in their lap.
That's
listen, what's crazy?
Okay,
still
but
producing.
Nick
He's
Bosa
still
is
producing.
getting doubled more, and he has the exact same number of pressures as.
And he's
TJ
winning
Watt.
more too. His win rate's higher. His pass rush win rate's higher. And not
They
only
have the
that,
exact same amount of pressures, and you told me TJ Watt's always in his lap when they had the exact same amount of pressures.
exactly. And to add to that, Cameron Hayward, I'm not even hearing nothing about the double team rate with Cameron Hayward because Cameron Hayward's literally injured. He's not even playing. I'm not hearing none of that. It's been the same thing for the past 3 years. TJ Watt does not get double. He doesn't. I'm sorry. Like if you're an elite edge rusher, I have to see you get double.
And he's the sack leader. I mean, he's meeting the expectation.
Yeah, he's meeting the expectations against like he's not getting doubled though. Like that's the problem. Like
okay,
that's not his fault though. How can you fault him for the other team not scheming him properly?
This reminds me of the Sauce debate, bro.
We're never.
I'm not faulting him for that.
We're never faulting Sauce. We're just saying other dudes are
exactly.
It's called context. When other people are doing harder shit than you, yeah, I'm gonna give you the benefit. I'm gonna give that player more grace.
Edge.
Like literally, quite literally.
Okay.
So let me read some real quick. Nick Bosa is second in pass rush win rate, and TJ Watt is 30th.
This year?
Yes.
And his double team rate is insanely low.
Are we sure that TJ Watt is just leaps and bounds?
And the Texans game, he didn't do nothing. He was a ghost in the Texans
game.
Okay, that's fine.
He's not better than Bosa.
That's okay, cool.
He was a ghost in the Texans game. The Texans had like 7 offensive linemen out.
At the end of the day, this is my issue. People talk about Nick Bosa as if it is a foregone conclusion that he's the best like the best rusher in the league.
Not even close.
He's not.
I don't think everybody goes with Myles Garrett.
It is Myles Garrett. And I'm saying this is somebody who has been highly critical of Myles Garrett throughout the entirety of his college and NFL career. That dude's power, his dexterity as an athlete, the ability to bend around the edge as a guy who's like 6'5", damn near 280. He can play over guards, bull rush 300-pound guards like it's nothing. Then the next play, he'll drop in zone and can actually get to landmarks. Like, the dude is a monster. Like, fuck all the numbers. Yes. Like, I don't give a damn about the numbers. Turn on the damn film. He is literally unstoppable. Like
the gap, Myles Garrett. The gap with Myles Garrett to the next best dude is the same gap of Mahomes to the next best dude.
Yes,
people don't want to.
Correct. You are in fact.
Myles Garrett clears every pass rusher in the NFL.
Clears.
It's clear.
Sports talk. Why is Micah ahead of Nick Bosa for you? Like, can I get an explanation on that?
I think they're both like
Micah's not even. That nigga's an off-ball linebacker for real.
No,
I'd say his versatility also is pretty incredible too.
Yeah,
to me.
but they're
His
playing him like
versatility-
he's more of an edge rusher right now.
He's an edge rusher.
He's
but
just versatile.
And the Dallas is screwing him over right now more so because he's getting fucked on that edge. They're running
Stats
right
is really
at him,
missing.
That's
and
all.
they are
Pause.
bro.
No,
They are
bro.
going fucking. They are going right at this motherfucker.
They using him
Y'all
like
say
Harold
that, though,
Perkins. Let's keep
But
it
how
above.
many snaps is he really taking that more than Myles Garrett off like playing in coverage? Is it really that big of a difference?
I'm sure you're gonna
This
pull up some
season?
sort of stat from like some
I think
some
Mike-
site, but it's fine.
I'm asking you a question.
No, they've used him more as primarily as a pass rusher this year, but his versatility is unquestionably better.
It depends on what you mean, because I think Myles Garrett is more versatile on the D line. I think you could put Garrett over the guard. You could put him as a 3. You could put him and he'll dominate. I don't think you can really do that with Micah a lot, but Micah, you can drop him back and cover. Like Micah has played literal off-ball Mike linebacker. That's what he did. when he first
Garrett got the same versatility as JJ Watt. You can put him in any spot,
Yeah.
and he will.
I'm
see
gonna
it.
be honest with you.
Mm.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm glad. Well, actually, no. Nobody really said TJ Watt, but I was going to say TJ Watt. I swear to God, everybody make it seem like TJ is so clearly the best edge rusher in the league, and like I really don't understand that when you really have Myles Garrett, who's literally a better edge rusher than him. Hold on, speaking of that, you know what's crazy though? When TJ Watt ain't line up against him, nobody say shit.
And I always have a problem with that because it's the same thing. I have a problem with the traveling corner. Like, why would you not want to go against the best dude when you're the best dude? And you can say, oh, scheme, blah, blah, blah. To me, that never made sense to me. Like, it really doesn't make sense. I just saw Michael Parsons line up against Trent Williams multiple times.
He got dog.
That's fine. He was gonna get dog, and that's cool.
Yeah, fine.
We can see that and say, listen, you're not ready for that. That's a beast over there. You're not ready for that yet. You still not. You're not ready.
He's 240 pounds. That's a mismatch.
Yeah, he's not ready for that. And that's cool though. Like, same thing. If Sauce had to go guard Coop all game, he get fried. It's cool. But listen, you're not ready for that. Like, there's levels to it.
It's gonna, but hey, young, but let's not. It's gonna happen though.
It is, but I'm saying, like, and when it happens, I can live with it and be like, listen, at least you try to do it. TJ Watt is always on that right side, no matter what. And he's dominating dudes on his right side. I'm not taking that away from him. But when you got other dudes that can go on the other against the gangsters and ball, that's where, like, because I got TJ Watt like 3rd or 4th. And it's really a toss-up for me between him, Micah, and I think it's Myles Garrett.
See, but it's completely different though with edge rushers and in comparison to corners though, because corners you want to lock down the number one guy because you have that option. With edge rushers, you want to get to the quarterback as fast as possible. If you put your best guy on their best guy, that inhibits your best pass rusher. I'd rather put Highsmith or any random guy you want to name on the opposite side against Trent Williams. Because at the end of the day, you want to get pressure on the quarterback. You put your best guy on their worst guy. J.J. Watt was incredible at this. He would go all the way down the line, find the worst guy, and just attack him. Because at the end of the day, it's not about locking up somebody and choosing who you want to take out of the game. It's you need to influence the game yourself.
Agreed. But again,
and that's why I don't, because Nick Bosa is normally on the left.
You can say the same thing. You can say literally the same thing for wide receiver corner. You can say the same thing.
I'm sorry. Corner assignments mean more.
The whole corner thing. The whole corner thing isn't about like the weaker competition. It's the logic behind it. The fact that you have other corners that are taking on tougher matchups versus a guy that is sticking on a wide receiver too. That's just the only reason why we're bringing it up is the logic behind it.
But so Tegan, what's the difference between if Alex Highsmith, why wouldn't we put him on the other side? And TJ, listen, you the dog. I need you to go be a dog instead of letting Trent Williams just completely neutralize that whole side.
The crazy part is Highsmith gets double more than TJ.
Hey,
that shouldn't be happening.
Hey, you want to know what's funny about you saying that, Josh? You want to know the one time he didn't get double?
What?
It's during that damn Ravens game at that last play where he calls the strip sack. Hey,
against 40. I don't even remember who it was.
You want to know why he wasn't double? because they had TJ Watt on the other side and they slid the protection over there because they were
that reminds me of exactly what like Bill Belichick, like what happens with Matt Judon. Like it's the exact same thing. Like it's so similar. Same thing.
I genuinely think Max Crosby could be better than TJ Watt. I could hear an argument to why he could be better than him.
Max Crosby is criminally underrated.
Free Max Crosby, bro.
Max Crosby's good though. He's really good.
I think
so many players on the Raiders.
Hey, go ahead, Lucas.
he probably could just be better than him.
Why so?
I might be convinced.
Why do you
Max
think
Crosby? I think he just has more. Like he's playing all the snaps, and he's a way better run defender. And you already know what he can do in the pass game. He's getting pressures every single snap. It feels like. He's getting doubled way more than he's just like he just said. He's disruptive everywhere, all across the field.
And let's keep it a buck.
Damn,
He has to play across from Tyree Wilson, who has no bag, no pass rushing bag. No
Tyree Wilson's a big athletic guy.
Bad.
He's never had name one like D lineman that Max Crosby's played with. That's good.
Chandler Jones.
Supposed to be
Chandler Jones, yeah.
Chandler Jones sucks.
Who now is like
He's been sucking since
something's wrong
2021.
with him.
Chandler Jones is
Like-
washed. And Chandler Jones is washed.
And that's the exact reason that I think Myles Garrett is clearly the best guy, because up until this year, he's never had anybody on his D line who
Don't even say
is
Clowney either. Clowney wasn't.
capable.
I'm saying Myles Garrett has never had somebody that's good as
Shout
him,
out to Darius Smith.
has good or
That's
even
what I'm
that.
saying. This year he has a Darius Smith, and now he has some interior guys that can also do something.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest
That's
with
just
you.
my point.
I generally believe that people really think that TJ Watt is the clear best edge rusher in the league.
That's hilarious.
It's because he
might be fifth.
Because he's a sack leader. I generally believe that.
Like, bro, they just look at sacks and they call it a day.
No,
Like,
I genuinely believe that people really think he's the consistent number one edge rusher league because of the sack leader. Just like how people was trying to put Hassan Reddick in the top 5 edge rusher convo because he had mad sacks.
Do you know second in sacks?
He in the convo.
Do you know second in sacks who gets no love at all?
Who?
Trey Hendrickson doesn't get any.
Oh,
love.
yeah.
He is
He's
an
a
animal.
Dog, bro.
He's
Trey
a
Hendrickson is
dog.
a dog in the Bengals.
That's what I'm
No
saying.
one ever talks about Trey Hendrickson, and he is.
I've been
so
talking about him.
That defense in general is just underrated. Like nobody.
DJ
talks about
Reader,
Anderson.
Trey Hendrickson. Those are
Will
monsters.
Anderson, bro.
They are monsters. Will Anderson's a monster too. He's been one of the best
That
running
boy-
defenders I've seen.
and
Yeah,
also shout out
nobody's
Aiden
talking about what he's
Hutchinson,
doing
too.
for the Texans, really.
I'm not gonna lie. In
He's
the
a
future,
monster.
bro, I'm not gonna lie. The way how Tyree Wilson's playing, that really might be one of the biggest like draft like.
Yeah, they.
All right.
What was wrong with
I'm
that?
Pretty
glad,
surprised it's the
man.
Raiders.
The way
It's
he's
year after
playing-
year, bro.
Well,
Him and Bryce.
Give him time though. Give him time.
Lucas, I said
Give him time because I kind of like this.
Of course, I said give him time. But I'm saying the way how it's going, that shit is looking terrible.
It's going to be rough because he was raw.
Yeah,
I really thought I thought it was a best case scenario for him going to the Raiders because I wasn't counting on, quite frankly, Chandler Jones having a health crisis. So the combination of having those two veterans and having a guy like him that you can kind of play inside outside because he's a large human being and you can kind of bring him along slowly with those two guys. Now that he's kind of being forced in a position where he's being baptized by fire and he has to play. Yeah, he's gonna have some growing pains. I'm not gonna throw him out yet. Because
Same thing with Bryce Young.
But the problem is
Okay,
because people were saying, like, I remember there were people who were like, Tyree Wilson is better than Will Anderson.
no,
before the draft.
yeah, people
They
were
probably-
saying
that-
that. They
that
were
was
saying that.
forced.
That was
That
the
was
real
forced
problem,
feeling.
and that's why, like, you get these reactions because people were like, "Oh, Tyree might go before Will," which was always crazy.
Will Anderson is a monster.
He's crazy. He's insane.
Monster.
I got a question for y'all
He
then.
was getting underrated in the draft process for no reason.
Yeah,
Lucas, I got a question for you then.
Because of like his pressure's worse scheme.
Ask this, and then I gotta wrap it up.
What's up?
Where do you rank Chris Jones as a pass rusher amongst all the guys we were just talking about?
Oh, wait, hold up. You said out of all
Just solely as
Chris
a pass
Jones,
rusher?
out of all the pass
Just
rushers.
solely as a
So
pass rusher?
including edge rushers too, like
Yeah.
everybody.
Yep,
Maybe
as a pass rusher.
So Myles Garrett, one. Then you still have Michael Parsons. You still have Nick Bosa.
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald too. So he's
You're
probably
putting
four,
DTs in there.
4 or 5,
I think he's 4.
something like that.
I would probably say if we're going strictly off of pass rushers, it's as of right now, it's Myles Garrett, probably Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's 2. I forgot about him.
Yeah, I would probably say Aaron Donald. Quiet as kept. Chris Jones might be 3.
Yeah, I think Chris Jones is 3 because, like, guys, Chris Jones
wait.
comes off the edge too. He comes off the edge too and he wins.
Could I ask a quick question?
He comes off the edge on 3rd down. Like when it's 3rd down, he's off the edge.
Yeah, but he wins every time.
I know. I know he does.
Like, it's crazy.
Could I ask a quick question that's about another D tackle?
Yeah, go ahead.
Since we able to put rookies, like I think like with the whole Jamar Chase thing, like putting rookies really high up after their first year. What's the ceiling for Jalen Carter to be in this conversation?
After this season?
Because he is bugging out.
Okay.
After the Eagles.
After the season, he's gonna be a top 5 DT after the season.
Hey,
he could be top 3 after the season.
Keegan, I'm just gonna say this. I stole this comp from freaking from Nathaniel Tice. I think he writes for the Bears. He said something about Jalen Carter coming out, and it was probably the best comp that I've heard about dude since we started talking about him. His ceiling is Kevin Williams. For those of y'all who are too young to remember the Williams Wall in Minnesota, go do your Googles on Kevin Williams. That is his ceiling. Kevin Williams should be in the Hall of Fame. That's what we're saying right now.
Yeah,
is there a world where it's a conversation between him and Dexter Lawrence?
Fam.
What about Ed Oliver? Are we just going to skip over Ed Oliver too?
I think he's better than Ed Oliver right now.
What about Vita Vea?
I think he's better than Vita Vea.
Oh, I think he could easily be better than Vita.
I think I'm gonna be honest.
He already is.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as I love Ed, Jalen is already better.
Is Ed a top 10 D tackle?
Who?
Top 10?
I don't know. I'd have to create a list. How do we feel about Jalen Carter
as a
run stopper in the interior?
Fam, he's
different.
He plays
different.
The thing about him is he plays so angry.
Like Trey. The comp that I heard that I was like, that's exactly it. They said he's a mix of Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh. In between, right in the middle of them. That's
like you gave the number 1 draft prospect and you gave him a reason to be angry. You let him drop a bunch of drafts.
Like he's not as technical as AD.
Yet,
but he's way more angry when he plays.
The thing is,
he gets to learn from Fletcher Cox.
But he's more technical than Ndamukong Suh was.
And this is the thing before we get out of here that I would just say about offensive linemen and defensive linemen, which is why a lot of times when people talk about technique, while I understand it has its place, there's also something to be said about mentality, mindset, and just the mental makeup of certain guys. Jalen Carter, from everything that I've heard from his high school days till now, has always been a mean, ornery person. Yep. He is an aggressive human being by nature. He enjoys harming other people. Yep. And he plays like it. Like that's going to carry, like that combined with his physical traits is going to carry him throughout his career. Even as he slows down, y'all brought up Ndamukong Suh. As wild, like people don't remember like how athletic dude was when he first came into the league.
He almost won the Heisman.
He was still playing
a
year ago, just off the strength of him being old man strong and still being a mean asshole. Yep. That's literally all that kept him in the league. Jalen Carter, again, like I said, Jalen Carter is Kevin Williams. Yep. That is his ceiling.
That Eagles defensive line rotation's insane. Like it's ridiculous.
Shout out Jordan Davis.
Yeah, fact.
Dude's huge.
That's another monster. But now we gotta wrap it up. Appreciate y'all coming out. We went 2 hours and 30. I'm glad we went a long way. You know, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow because I know Boy Wendy say we got to talk about Oregon versus Washington. That shit's gonna be crazy. Like just more college football talk tomorrow. You know, make sure I subscribe. David Seals might pull up for the VIP room. I gotta confirm it. So if you do,
Seals,
I'll have him on Friday. So make sure y'all subscribe, tune in, bro, and we out, bro. Peace.